you're calling reality.
Welcome
to the show. What's going on, little mama?
reality.
I was talking to my Libtardian buddy, and
you know, when you say something like that, in my mind, I just picture you pick up the phone and be like, "Hey, fuckface," and he's like, "Hey, fuckface, Biden's great, Trump is bad." You go, "Nope, Trump is good, Biden's bad." Blah blah. You guys go back and forth like that because you talk about him so horribly.
sometimes we do, but like we also he's
Do y'all talk about normal stuff?
yeah.
Okay.
I talked to him last night. 2 nights ago for a minute, and he always does this thing too, where he calls me at like 9 o'clock at night and then talks to me till like 2 in the morning. I'm like, bruh.
Why is that when he's get off work or something, or the kids are down?
I don't know. He goes down to like his wood shop in the basement and then he just decides he's gonna call me, and I'm like, nah, look, you can
He
get
got
me all
kids?
riled up before I'm trying to go to bed. You know what I mean? Like,
Wait, does he have kids though?
he does, yeah.
I know. That's the sneak away. I'm on the phone. Hey, so you know you suck, right? Talk about nothing.
Yeah, so I mean, he's calmed down, and back to moderate life
Because he's got his victory now.
He wasn't a pro Biden, but he was blue no matter who.
Well, I would say he was get Trump out of there. I was like,
he was get Trump out of there.
I'm under that. I would say to a certain extent, I was under that umbrella. I was like, I don't really fuck with this guy anymore. And then Biden came in. I was like, I don't really fuck with him either.
Yeah.
Also, I got beef with you about that too.
But
because you thought you knew what I was going to vote, you son of a bitch. Go ahead.
Biden? You did vote for Biden.
No. Dude, see, it's more to it. Go ahead. Tell me what y'all talking about.
Because you're gonna forget by the time we get to that point. Yeah, you write that down, and then you'll write it down, and it'll be like, what was I gonna say?
No, I've thought about this for a while.
Okay,
actually.
So all right. So he's got a grudge. He's got a grudge, y'all. He's got something he's wanted. It's a like, bone he's been picking for
it's
a
bone.
month.
I'm gonna say it's not a grudge. It's more like a bone.
It's a bone. It's a bone. Okay. All right.
Go ahead. What are you talking about?
No, but he got off his like BS cloud nine. We talked about Texas for a while, and he busted out a lot of the progressive bullshit news stuff, and I'm like, you gonna sit here and act like you know what's up? Like,
what Newsmax said?
I don't mess with Newsmax.
I don't even know. I just heard about Newsmax last month, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
It's the CNN of
Fox.
No, it's the CNN for Republicans. They're like,
they brought that crazy dude on. The one he got rich off the pillows, but he used to be an ex-crackhead.
Pillow guy.
I kind of like him because he would just be rambling, and then people would hit him with facts, and he would no, but I like he is.
He came out with a documentary that got banned quick.
He came out with a documentary.
Yeah,
about what?
Like how his pillows got taken out of stores and election fraud stuff, because that's all he talks about. But
oh yeah, even the people on that, the dude was like, because I guess they got sued, and he was like, I'm not going down this road again. Like the person talking to him, the fucking what are they called? Not anchors, but their actual job.
I mean, they technically are anchors, but
I mean, there's a name for it. Like whatever, the guy, it was the two hosts, it was the guy, and he was talking that shit. He was like, just want to let you know that here at Newsmax we have no physical, like he was.
Yeah, I saw that.
He was doing like the statement just in case.
Well,
like,
you know why?
Because they got sued.
Yeah, no, they didn't get sued, but they were like, hey, Dominion voting system was like, you retract this, or we're coming for you, and they're like, we're sorry.
Yeah. We have no. They're like, we really have no physical evidence.
And then he was on Newsmax, and he's like, Newsmax would like to say that we have no proof of Dominion voting machines being.
But homeboy was
So we're gonna have to. Can we cut this?
No.
Can we cut this? We're gonna get sued. Can we cut this? The guy's
homeboy-
like,
he was like, it's plenty of election fraud, and I can prove it, and how dare you? And he was like, he's like, we do not have any proof. And he was like, hey, I'm out. I'm
Yeah,
out. This ain't got shit to do with me. And he just walked off. But I was like, God damn, how bad do you have to be for people? Your people to be like, you ain't get me fucked up.
well, dude, cancel culture, white people. That's all I gotta say.
No. That's not cancel culture. That's I'm trying not to lose my job or get this company sued because we said we ain't gonna talk about this shit no more, and this asshole is over here fucking it up for us.
True, but my point too would be like, if he tried to go anywhere else, they'd be like, oh, you the guy who didn't stop it? Oh no, you can't work it.
Oh yeah, they were like, it was on your show that you didn't for
Right.
some odd reason you didn't stop this one particular guy.
There've been actually like a couple things that Fox has done.
What against him?
No, like with this actually with the chick we'll talk about later, Gina Carano. And Fox let their like CD squad cover it.
Yeah,
Like it wasn't
just in
Tucker
case.
Carlson, it wasn't Sean Hannity, it wasn't
Oh,
like
they ain't
the
fucking with
the
Disney.
top 5. Disney owns them.
Oh really?
Yeah, they just
I
bought
didn't
them up
know
not
that.
too long ago. Exactly.
Oh, that's
And a
why.
lot of people were like, "Yeah, fuck Fox, we're done," because like
Yeah,
it's
I
gonna go
see.
left to shit.
I
and
see that it was like
I've
a big
seen a
mass
couple
exodus.
things that they've kind of been like,
Normally they would say what they want, and now
right,
it's like,
and now they're like,
they were like, well, shit happens. Next topic.
so it was like their coverage of it was like their like 2:00 anchor being like, and he softballed it all day. Like he, normally it wasn't handy. Like, this is BS. We're gonna take back the country. He's like, he just reported nothing but like news anchors the way they should report it. He's like,
yeah.
so Gina
No
Carano
opinion.
today was
Yeah.
actually fired for blah 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 saying slanderous things and blah 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 blah, and so I'm not sure what happened there, but and Disney let her go and blah blah blah.
It was
Like,
exactly
and
how
I was
it
like,
should have been.
in a way,
on any,
yeah,
or from either
Right,
side,
just-
where it's
just
just like no opinion.
just the
yeah.
facts. And that's all we did was the facts, no spin, no opinion, no like, I'm coming at you hard. This is BS. Then they was like, oh, okay, thank you.
Look, and
Back to you, Tom.
the weather is.
Yeah.
Like, you motherfuckers don't even do weather.
Oh, dude, exactly. It was like so, like vanilla. It was just like, bro,
Because it was like, what's
you know what's up.
there's some shit called, now I guess called Telegram. You got Parler. No, Parler got shut down. You got Telegram or something like that.
I wonder if it's back up
Telegram.
because it might have been like a suspension, but it didn't get shut down. It just got taken off of like all the platforms you can download it from. So if you have
That's
it, you have
That's
it.
a pretty good way to shut somebody
Yeah,
down. Like, hey,
exactly.
you remember how you used to be able to get this? Fuck it. Now you gotta find it. You better be a hacker, bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
It's on the black market now. You got some of that Parler.
You got a torrent.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta
Hey
steal
man, you
that
share
shit.
that parlor with me? Airdrop it to me.
I was like, we talked about that too. Oh, that was one thing. Well, goddamn, we didn't get a chance to talk about Twitter kicking off Trump. First of all, Pinterest kicking Trump off was like, all right, you just wanted some fucking publicity. Like, get the fuck out of here. I doubt that.
What do you have? Too many plates of spaghetti
I
on there?
was like, maybe Melania was using his account and checking out Pinterest or some shit. But get the fuck out of here. Trump on Pinterest, he ain't cooked, washed, or cleaned nothing in fucking 50 years. All right,
The best thing you got be like, look at my golden curtain rod.
exactly. It was
They're
like-
deliciously priced.
but it was like I saw
Bro.
because it was like I said, okay, the big ones: Facebook, not CNN, Twitter, all Instagram, all of it. They took them off. I said, okay, yeah, saw that happening. And then when I saw the like you said, the C and D's, like, fuck out of here. He wasn't
Yeah,
using you no way.
no.
Fuck it. Like just in case you thought about coming here. Like I wasn't, but just in case I was never gonna come there. Just in case.
So
we want
true.
everybody to know we don't fuck with you either. Like,
So true.
I was like, it's just like a party somebody didn't invite you to that you would never go to.
Yep.
I'm like, I was gonna invite you. I didn't want to come. But just to let you know, that's cool. I'm never coming.
Look, man, I need it.
Yeah. Like, why don't you just want to come a little bit? Yeah. Exactly.
I ain't got no friends. People don't like me no more
Oh,
than
man.
a bunch of middle-aged women.
But I will. You know what's funny? I've kind of said it for a while, and I think I told you once or twice, but I said it to a couple of other people more. I was like, "Hey guys, I get it. I understand the censoring thing. I understand that's fucked up. I was like, I'm not going to say that it's not. It was like, now, are you asking me, am I tired of seeing your bullshit? I'm not gonna lie to you. It
The
don't bother
censoring
me.
thing?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, but like taking them off all the platforms and all that. I said, I get it. I said, but here's the thing. I was like, you got to remember, the people who started these companies are the same people you talk about every single day. I was like, the little, the liberal snowflake, blah blah, is Mark Zuckerberg before he became a billionaire.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, is the
Creeping
guy?
on his girlfriend.
Yeah, I was gonna say
yeah.
the guy who started fucking Twitter, same thing. I was like, these people that you normally are like, fuck them, while using their platforms, it's like, hey guy, you're talking about him. He's just now worried about his taxes and losing his company. I was like, that's the only reason why he lives. I was like, that was, I don't know if I should save it, but that's one of the things that made me mad, actually, about Twitter, Facebook, and all these other places taking them off of like permanent ban. It's like,
Save it for what?
well, when we get to more of that conversation, but I was going to say we can
Well,
jump
what's the
into it.
topic? Yeah, just jump into
No,
it.
but I was going to say, but that's what made me mad. It was like they censored it, and I'm like,
With Gina Carano?
no, Trump. I'm talking about censoring Trump, like when they took him off, because we ain't, like I said, we haven't talked about this. We haven't been. Able
Oh,
to
well,
talk
you
about it.
said get into it. I thought you had another.
Oh no! I'm saying I didn't want to kind of whatever, but maybe this will be the spearhead. But that's what I'm saying. Like when I saw that, because they were like, "Oh, the tax and this, that, and the third," I'm like, "Hey guys, he's been on here for years." I was like, "He's been talking crazy for years."
Yeah.
I was like, "Don't sit here and pretend to be high and mighty and like, oh, we did the right thing." Like motherfucker, literally the day it happened, he was on there. Like the day there was fucking shit up, he was on there, and
Well-
you let him talk shit all the way up until the time you realize, oh shit, this might be bad for us. I was like, don't tell me you gave a fuck.
Yeah.
You didn't give a fuck.
So let's hit on that since we're on that topic of cancel culture, because Gina Carano
Well, that was
falls under that, because might as well win in Rome, you know. But the point with
what
the,
did she say? Do you know?
I'll get to that. The
Okay.
point with the Trump thing, because I wanted to respond to that, was like you hit the nail on the head. You had 4 years of this guy talking
Fuck
crack
4 years.
crazy.
He was talking crazy
If-
about Obama.
Yeah, well, yeah, but not in the limelight like
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
He
As
wasn't
the
a
president,
politician, yeah.
nobody. Listen, CNN. Think about how lackluster news got. It became. Well, what did Trump tweet today?
Well,
If
he
that
made
was
it
that was
easy.
your job.
I would say he made it very
but
easy.
their job was easy, but that's all they gave a crap about. Like
yeah.
there could have been an explosion, hurricane, California actually like
Was on
sank.
fire.
You know what I mean? And they're like,
it was
Trump
on
said.
Fire most
You know
of
what
the
I mean?
time he was in office.
Yeah, but you get my point.
No,
Was
that's
like
what I'm saying,
that
yeah.
was their top story. What Trump said, and they fed off it.
All right.
And it was hilarious because if you would have shut that down, let's just say on week 2 of his presidency, he would have got reelected.
Oh, what is it?
Because like he finally
he fucked himself. Yeah, we all know that.
Oh yeah, but my point is like, since he's lost the election and when his like the trial came up,
Mhm.
he took the back seat, stopped getting in front of cameras, finally learned his lesson because he can't tweet anymore at 2 in the
I
morning
would say that's the
when he's
only,
all
I think-
cracked out on fucking his cold medicine.
Oh,
You know what I
said
mean?
Coke, but go ahead.
Well, what was it, Sudafed?
oh yeah.
He gets that good Sudafed. You
Oh,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
The Russian Sudafed. Sudafed.
I was like, yeah, because it's like, wait, it's like, you're up at 4 in the morning and you're at work at. I was like, all right, unless you've been doing this for years, something tells me there should
You're
be
in
no
your
reason.
70s, bro.
Yeah, I was like, you're pushing 80, motherfucker. Like, why?
There
are
ain't
you
no way
up?
you're not taking naps. Come on.
I was like, my
I
wife.
can take my nap.
Exactly.
I'm ready. Twitter.
You know what's funny? He got too old for Coke and had to switch to the regular medicine, so he snorts that. I was like, nah, man, listen, the Coke is it fucks up my sinuses. The Sudafed, like this Russian Sudafed.
Russian Sudafed, keep me up.
Like,
But
sir, you know there's not Russian
The
Sudafed.
point is, if they would have like cut the valve,
If they
4
would've
years,
only
he would
talked
got
about-
reelected because he couldn't say anything. And the point is
Oh yeah.
in these past, since he knew he was going to get impeached a second time, which was a dog and pony show. But the point is,
Well,
he shut up.
that was only
like,
because
he-
he knew it wasn't. Oh, correction. I don't think he knew 100% that it wasn't going to happen.
Oh, it wasn't going to happen.
Well, no. Once it got to the
The Senate.
Yeah, once he got to the Senate, it was like, the Republicans were like, nope. It was funny because I was like, when I saw the house, they were like, we got it, we're coming, blah blah blah. I even saw something. Remember the coach I told you about, the crazy racist one? Yeah, yeah. Still, and I saw somebody put up something, and even I had to like it, and it was like 2-time champ, and it had impeachment or something like that, and I was like, I want to hate, but that's fucking funny. I was like, I mean, it is. It just is what it is. I was like, you guys said this was going to happen. You're going to do this, blah, blah, blah. And then next thing you know, again, the same shit that happened the first go round happened the second go round. I was like, now this one, they can put the blame on the Republicans in the Senate, but at the same time, it was like, you talked all that shit. I was like, why you talk all this shit knowing that they had this? Like, it's like if your enemy has the last word in it, or supposedly your enemy has the last say and actually getting this shit through, it's like, come on now.
Yeah, it came down to like, first whole thing was stupid, but I mean, I watched the
You probably did watch that shit.
the Hollywood clip highlight that the Democrats put out.
Oh, the highlights. Oh, okay.
And then I watched the comeback from the defense attorneys for Trump, and it's like, like gotchas. How even we do it all the time. We live in a world of gotchas.
Yeah.
And it was like, the Democrats came out and were like, it was like 11 minutes of Trump just saying stuff, and then like it was all.
Oh, then they
know how they short clip
it? The reverse of him.
They did it was like all the crazies on the like, oh, fight, we're gonna fuck me, and like
and you know what's funny? That man,
Auntie Maxine was like, beat him in the face, and they're like,
she said that?
She didn't say that.
Oh, okay. That's what
But she was like, you punch him, and like this, that, and the other, and like you see a Trump supporter, you hit him, and they're like playing all this stuff and they're like, what you got to say?
And it was funny.
And then the Democrats the next day were like, fine. And Nancy Pelosi like comes out all grumpy. She's like, and the whole point was to make it seem like if you were Republican and voted not to impeach him, that you were like on the blacklist of like, it was a publicity stunt because they knew they weren't going to win.
Well, see, that was the thing, because it was like it's funny because I had to get myself out of that thing, because it was like, and no, actually, I didn't have to. I knew already, like, him saying fight and all that shit, and fight for it, like Ted Cruz, his son, whichever one of the motherfuckers, Trump Jr. I don't know, the first one, the
Trump Jr.
One. Yeah. I think a lady. It was like, and it was all from that day where they were like, fight for it and do this, and you go down to Capitol Hill, Capitol and building, and you tell them blah blah blah. And it was funny because I saw somebody say this, and even though I knew it, I was like, oh shit, right? Because somebody was like, well, what about the time such and such said this? And what about the time such and such said this? And I was like, hey, shut the fuck up right now. Don't you be coming in with all that goddamn sense and something I already knew. I knew that when they were saying this, that it wasn't that, like, it was crazy, but because I believe his people are worse.
Yeah, it was Bernie Sanders.
Did Bernie Sanders say something?
And the guy went and killed 3 people at a Republican like baseball game thing.
Wait, what?
Yeah, and he said, "This is for healthcare." Pop, pop.
Shit. What was this? Because I definitely did not get.
Yeah, that's how you know you get liberal news, because they don't talk about that shit.
Hey, man. That's why look.
You gotta listen to both sides, man, and you gotta listen to both crazy sides too. You can't just.
I can't no more. But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like you got to flip on the Newsmax and the CNN every once in a while, because they'll hit that fringe stuff that like Fox will be like, this is stupid, or even like ABC will be like, this is stupid.
But that's what I'm saying, because it was like, it brought me down my senses a little bit, and I was like, and I'll be honest, I was like, I'm glad Steve didn't say this, because I'd have been pissed off that
night. Yeah, and the only reason I didn't, because I didn't.
You weren't thinking clearly at the moment.
Well, it didn't have anything to do with the topic at the time, because it wasn't like really out yet as far as like.
Oh, you talking about the speeches and shit?
Well, the attack also. I knew all the speeches, but I mean, it still didn't justify the Capitol. The point was that I'm fine with you impeaching Trump, because.
Well, they couldn't do nothing. All they could do is stop him from running for office again, really. That's all.
Right.
They were never going to get a criminal thing going.
Right, but my point is like, every president does their craziness their last couple months of their second term.
I'm gonna tell
That's
you
when
right,
all
wait,
craziness
hold on a
goes
second.
out.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Trump stepped it up. He stepped it up.
In what way?
He talked this shit, and his people followed.
Yeah, but like he still did say like peaceful protests, this that, and the other.
But
like,
that's like I'm gonna tell you
and
right now.
apparently, from what I saw, like
What?
they were already storming the Capitol while we was making the speech.
Really, because I heard it was after the fact. Now I also heard
yeah.
I heard a lot of people say there were I would say not hundreds of thousands,
And it was
but there
also
were
planned.
There were like it was thousands of people who were way away from it, not doing it, you know, and some who didn't encourage it, who were in the crowd, blah blah. You know, like it was plenty more people who didn't do it versus the people who did it. And but I was gonna say what you're talking about right now. I was like Trump. He dog whistled the shit out of it. Look, we. But I'm gonna
I
tell you,
don't
it's
disagree.
it's the same way I do with like my son, right? I tell him, "Hey, man, don't do this, or you're gonna get in trouble." I was like, but in front of his mother. But then when it was me and him, I'm like, look, if a motherfucker run up, you punch his bitch ass in the throat. You understand?
Right.
Like, and Daddy, I was like, look, mommy might get mad at you. Come to Daddy with it. I was like, tell him to call your father because when I hear, hey, this your son has punched this kid in the throat.
I got you, partner.
No, it's like he punched him in the throat. Like what? Oh, I'm gonna be right there. Come down. I'm coming right now. And then when I get home, I'm like, hey, what happened? He's like, well, this kid wants to mess with me. I did what you told me. Put it in the throat. And I'm like, hey, look at me. But do it low. Like, now, listen to me. Don't get upset. I'm about to say a lot of stuff that's not true. Jaden, how could you do this? Boy, I'm gonna beat that. Listen. You ain't got to worry about this again. We're gonna get this situated when we get home, and then we go home and get ice cream. Trust me. He pulled one of them where it was like, "Hey guys, don't do that." Wink, wink. It was like, "Come on." It was like, but he's been doing that for a while. It was like he's been saying crazy shit, and then like, hey, but whatever. And it's just like it's up to people. It's like
Trump's problem is he gets a soundbite and he's like, I'm wrong. You know what I mean? Like, did you verify that soundbite? They're like, nope. But you know what I mean? Like he's like the board of, and this is why he does what he does. I totally get it because I see it in companies.
What's
like
that?
you get the president or the CEO of the company sitting in on the board of directors and he hears all the buzzwords.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I hate buzzwords. And this all these are like smoozy buzzwords going around, and this one person hears all these buzzwords of stuff, and he goes out there and has no idea what the buzzwords are about. But he's like, so they said that all this stuff, it could be done in a month or two. Okay? That's what they said, and it looks good. You know what I mean?
No research at all.
Yeah, no research, no nothing. But like he's trying to be positive, reporting back, and like it sounds terrible, and you know what I mean. But that's a corporate guy. Like that's what you got from that type of guy being president.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean?
oh,
Like
you mean, yeah.
whereas a politician will, and you see it now, especially in the Biden administration, it's like, I'm going to tiptoe dance around this and not answer your questions so you can't hold me against it. And
Right.
But it's going to sound good. You know what I mean? Trump was like, eh. And you're like, oh.
he tried, but
don't say that. No, he did not try.
No.
He would be like,
It was
I'm good.
It was
Like-
sometimes he tried. Like after he won, he saw that now there was nobody else to push this off on. Like when he was running, he could go, well, Ted Cruz, he blah blah. It was like, nah, it's just you, homie. Nah, everything you say, we coming right back to you with it. And he was like, let me try. But again, it's Trump who spent he spent 60, 70 years being an asshole and doing things his way, and whether it was legal or not legal, he got that shit done. And it was just like, hey man, this is what I'm normally used to doing. Also, I'm gonna tell you right now, I liked Obama, right? Really liked him. Voted for him twice. I was like, I didn't like Bush. I didn't like Bush.
Oh, I love Bush. Even though I thought he was a crap president, I thought he was a funny guy.
Oh no! I'm not talking about
Like,
personally. I'm
yeah,
talking about
personally.
like as a president. I was like Obama. I was like, and Obama did his shit, and we all know Bush did his shit. It was like, and it's funny because Bush used to be the worst president. Then Trump came along. Everybody was like, I think this is the worst president. I was like, all right, I don't know. Well, we going to tell. It's like, I definitely wouldn't hang out with Trump. I would definitely hang out with Bush. I was like, unless I was into coke and young girls, I'd hang out with Trump.
I'd hang out with Trump. I think he. I've heard a lot of people say behind closed doors he's like super nice guy, but
That's probably true. I wouldn't hang out with him because of his image, but I would definitely
Right.
hang out with Bush because of his image. It's like he seemed like when they made him president, like, shit, really? Cheney, what we gonna do? And Cheney was like, don't worry about it, I got you. And he was like, can I go to what was it, Fort David? Or what's the
Camp David,
Camp David? He was like, do your thing, baby. I got
right
you.
down the street.
Yeah, it was like, I got you. And he was like, I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
I get to drink beer.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Cheney, I'll be back in like 6 months.
And he's like, oh, I know. Oh, Cheney's an evil motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
But I'm
Cutthroat.
saying all that because it was just funny to goddamn, I lost my point. I said that I knew I should have went off on that tangent, just trying to be funny. It's like, what were we talking
I was
about?
going somewhere.
Yeah, I was. I said I was talking about Trump, and that he was. What is he? He definitely helped Epstein. It's not even a question. So it just makes sense. Look, if you're looking at it from a detective standpoint,
If you watch the Epstein documentaries, like he like cut ties with Epstein
when he got in
in
trouble,
in like '96 or something.
yeah, after he stopped fucking them little girls. Listen,
Yeah, like he got wind of it and was like, "I'm out."
nah, he got wind that he was.
And
getting in
Bill was
trouble.
just like,
Hey, yeah, don't get me wrong. Bill was like, young pussy, all right. I can't do it. You got better voices than I do.
"I'll be there."
Yeah.
That's not good.
That's what we both did. But listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. All right, Trump got into some of that young pussy. I don't care. I'm gonna tell you right now. I believe he supplied a little bit of young pussy, or he pointed him in the direction. Cause hey, didn't he have Miss Teen Universe? Wasn't that
I
his
don't
too?
know.
He had Miss Universe.
I don't know.
I think he had Miss Teen too, because there was like a bunch of people. That was some of the sexual harassment was like he would come in when we were getting dressed, and he would try to talk to us, and we were still getting dressed, and it just felt uncomfortable and blah, shit like that. But it was
Epstein or Trump?
no Trump. I don't think Epstein was that scene when it came to that, but he might
You
have
sure you're
been.
not mixing up Weinstein stuff?
No. Weinstein was fucking young actresses. These motherfuckers are trying to be stars. But I was saying, I told people, I said, but even with Miss Universe, you got a lot of teenagers in there.
Oh,
It was like, so what happens to Miss? I said Miss Romanoff.
I thought you were gonna say Miss Russia.
I was gonna say yeah, or Miss Russia, or Miss Becky-Stan. Remember what they said that? I knew that would get you. It was like Miss Becky-Stan who got runner up on the side, on the side show that never even made it to Miss Thing. Like, where you think she go? How you think all these goddamn Eastern European women is getting fucking sold into sex slavery? Where you think they getting the people? It's
It
high
ain't all
powered
through
people.
Trump, but
Oh no. I didn't say it was all through him. I'm just saying.
I don't know nothing about it.
I think he might have did a Trump where he's like, I'm not saying you can't get some young bitches over here. I'm not saying you could. I'm just saying it's young bitches over here.
You know what's funny? You bring up like QAnon or something like that. It's like conspiracy, but you're like, yeah, Trump's fucking bitches and throw him in the back thing, and he's doing this and that. It's like, oh yeah, I totally agree with that. That's totally facts. It's like conspiracy? No. That's just facts.
Don't get me wrong. Listen,
You know what I mean?
high power people in place is the only way.
You know what I'm saying? Though.
Yeah.
My point is like,
Oh, yeah, not
everybody's like,
believing-
oh, no, Republicans, conspiracy theorists, you and your QAnon, you're all the same. And I'm like, you hear yourself, bro? Let's talk about corporations. They're like, they're all embezzling and taking over the world, and the rich, the top 1%, and they're all having, the behind the scenes.
Don't forget killing babies and drinking
Kills,
blood.
well, that's crumble, whatever. And then they have sex.
Sex
like
party.
the what's that? What's the movie? It's a good movie.
It just made sense.
Tom Cruise.
Oh, Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut. They're like, they doing the Eyes Wide Shut party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
there.
Bill Burr, take me to him. Take me to the guy. You go to the Eyes Wide Shut. They're fucking.
Yeah.
I want mayonnaise on the sandwich. I paid for the sandwich. Complete.
But
Uh,
Yeah, I still say that, but that doesn't stop old girl and old boy Bill and Hill, Hill and Bill, Hillbilly. Ah, you see
That was
what I
good. That
did
was
there?
good. That was good.
You know what I did with that? Oh my bad.
I was just saying, I know it's
I
Black
thought-
History Month, but geez,
I thought you were about to eat it. That's why you had your hair like this and not this. That's what
you
I
know, I'm
thought.
about to eat it, put it right in your face.
I was like, I don't want this shit. But no, man. I was like, I knew he wasn't going nowhere. Only thing I thought was gonna happen was he might get barred from running again, which I should have known wasn't gonna happen. It's like, but I was like, I will tell you one thing, and it still weirds me the fuck out. And again, I'm 35. Anybody wants to know? I haven't seen this level of intensity of love and admiration and kind of like blindly following. No. Like Trump. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Oh, like Trump,
like Trump.
blindly following Trump.
Yeah, I'm talking about. I'm not talking about just voting for him. I'm talking about the people who are like, he's going to save us and blah blah blah, and he's going to do this and was it March 4th? March 4th or sometime. You know what I'm
It's
talking about?
another QAnon thing or something.
Yeah, but
I'm convinced, by the way, it's some fat liberal in their basement.
That
Their
would
mom's
be
basement is Q. I
hilarious.
guarantee it because
Yeah,
the
I'm
way
hoping
the
it's
craziness keeps
I'm
coming
hoping it's a whole group of
is just,
young
it's just
people who just
libtards.
put shit.
Yeah, you
put
ever
shit
you
out.
see the South Park of the trolls?
Which
And Kyle's dad goes like he waits over, he goes to bed, and he goes in the computer room and sips wine, and he sits there and just trolls.
oh yeah,
over
he was the
people.
main troll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like whatever puss like 19.
Yeah, and it's like he would always talk shit. And he was like, "Oh yes, oh," and he was
Yeah.
just getting off, and he was like,
That's
All right.
that's whoever QAnon is that person.
"You know what?
And
You can
it-
blame my will. I think it's
here's what's
I
funny,
think
and
it's the
I just actually
libertarians.
read this as like the attack of the Capitol riots. We'll get on that in a second, but like most of the people who were there
Mhm.
were not like 20, 30-year-olds.
no, it's a lot of
It was
old
like
people.
40, 50-year-olds.
It was
and-
surprising.
I've actually I know some people who have not were there, but like
Oh, I was about to say, oh shit.
who sort of slipped a little bit on the deep end of like this QAnon stuff, and like now they're all like depressed and stuff. I'm like,
That's the
It-
funniest shit.
the
to me.
problem is though, dude, is like people older than us, like people who are not millennials, like in their 50s, 60s. You know what I mean?
For this shit.
Well, here's why though, because in their day,
Mm-hmm.
this is actually the Obama problem.
You said what?
Obama problem. Smith-Mundt Act, 1948.
Smith Mundick? Is that what you said?
Smith-Mundt Act.
Oh, Munn. Uh-huh.
The media was basically now reinvented as entertainment. So
Yeah.
that's when you got all this
Opinion
political
news.
opinion stuff. That was an Obama thing. So you have
Right. You just said 1948.
yeah. So that's what you had to. It had to be factual, and like then you had like all this staffers.
Are
and
you
recheck.
saying it
Yes.
changed?
He restructured it as entertainment, so then they could
Now, I'm
say
not gonna find this and it'd be like fucking Bush on another or like a liberal side, and then on a conservative side it says Obama. Is it?
no.
We sure? Because I mean, when they did the whole
Obama put a journalist in jail.
what's the one?
I haven't researched that yet, though.
What about the one?
What's a well-known thing?
What about the one? No, I'm talking about the Patriot Act and all that shit. It's like, it seems pretty like I would bet that would be some bullshit, but
Oh, it was,
I'm not saying.
but Obama let it keep going.
Oh, okay. Well, goddamn,
But
you just said
that-
it like Obama did it.
No. The Smith-Mundt Act is not the Patriot Act. They're completely different.
No. I'm not talking about. I'm saying I would believe what you're saying about the Smith-Mundt Act more with Bush after he did the Patriot Act type shit. Like that would seem to fall into the same.
No, Obama basically came into office, let the Patriot Act keep going because he liked it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
drone
'cause he-
strikes. And
Oh, he
And then
until Trump came out.
you
he had the
know
most.
that he met with the least out of I can't remember how many presidents he met the least amount with cabinet members and advisors than any other president ever, like hours versus like every day. Like he's like, I don't need you.
Oh, Obama.
Yeah, he was just like, I got this. Fuck you.
Yeah, man.
He didn't. He
That's
was
what-
the most like
He did the
like
Republican way, baby.
introverted. Oh yeah, here you go. Introverted.
I mean,
like,
look at goddamn Trump. They said that about Trump his whole goddamn
Oh no,
time.
he loved his advisors.
The ones he kept firing?
Yeah, if they didn't say what he wanted to say,
They don't love him.
he loved the ones he loved. You know what I mean?
He loves the ones he hired.
You're
for
getting
that
off track
second.
here. You're getting off track. You're getting off track. Where were we at?
I don't know where you were going with it. You said about the Money Act, which turned it into opinion news versus factual news.
Oh yeah.
I gotta stop chewing these on the thing.
I was basically going down the road of cancel culture.
Oh, into Gina Carano.
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 So basically, what she did was
She kind of thick.
what
ahead.
was hilarious.
She got broad shoulders.
Was and this is what kind of makes me mad is because you've seen a boatload of liberals do the same exact thing, and I'm fine with her being canceled. You know what I mean?
What did she said something about the Holocaust or something?
She basically compared Democrats to Nazis, which is what the left has been doing for the last 4 years, comparing Trump and
Sir,
Trump supporters.
sir,
Let's not get down that road.
try when Bush first get in office. When Bush first get in office,
Oh,
I was in I think junior high.
true. 2002,
Is that when
2001,
Billy left.
maybe 2000. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Around that time, yeah. I was like, they've been saying it since.
Because 9/11, he wasn't that.
He wasn't that polarizing until like after.
Well, he wasn't that far in when 9/11 happened.
No, was it like a year?
Yeah, I want to say like a year. It was
Oh,
like
so
his
it had to be
first term.
2000. It had to be 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, first term, like
Yeah.
first year. So anyway,
But I'm saying they've been saying that since then.
have they? I don't remember it.
Yeah, they've been throwing the Nazi word around quite a bit.
Point
And
was,
then the Republicans started using it the other way, and then it just started going back and forth. And it was like, all right.
yeah. See, I never see. I know a lot about the Nazis because I've studied a lot of World War II.
Don't get white.
I know.
Some about white men in the World War II. Boy, y'all love that goddamn World War II, man.
Hey,
World War One and World War
Colin
II.
War likes it. I mean, he's black.
He's gotten I don't know. He's getting a little. I was like, he didn't used to be. No.
I think he's just getting a little more.
No.
You getting a little
No.
more. You
He-
turning blue.
He used to.
I'm worried if you're breathing anymore because you got a fucking blue sweatshirt on right now.
Goddamn right.
But
But
he's like,
but
he's
it's-
like Willy
it's-
Wonka from
it's-
the Chocolate
it-
Factory.
wait,
Yeah,
it's-
you trying to cover up with the white
it's
boy thing.
Carhartt.
Right. I seen the patch earlier.
I know you did. You knew what it was.
I was like, oh, hey, look at him. See?
Uh-huh.
He
But-
thinks if you get a flat tire, he's like, look, I got a Carhartt on.
Oh, hell yeah. Be like, hey. Don't look at this. Look at this.
They won't see that anyway.
No, fuck you. But no, I was, God damn it. You said all that. I was going to say something. That's all you got to do is throw me off and say something that's funny.
My point is the Nazi thing.
Oh, I was saying how white guys, especially white guys, it's like, what is your fascination with it? Because it's not like every
It
bit
was
of
an
history.
honorable war.
All right.
World War II was definitely an honorable war.
You believe it. You believe it. You can achieve it.
Why don't you believe it?
I don't know. Either way, I was saying, yeah, because it was like,
People were getting massacred and we wouldn't save them. I mean, it's kind of honorable.
we took our time and definitely until it benefited us. It wasn't like, oh my God, this is happening. Let's jump on this right now. No, that's not how it happened. That's how they got killed over a span of years. It wasn't months, it was years. And he saw that shit happening and we were like, that ain't got shit to do with us. And then,
It's kind of true, yeah.
what was it? It wasn't was it Pearl Harbor that beat us jumping there?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I heard something crazy about that just now. Like it was like Pearl Harbor itself wasn't as big of a deal as they were it was like a boat that wasn't even part. I don't want to give the wrong information, but I just recently heard some stories about how Pearl Harbor was actually like they hyped it up. I mean, it's still fucked up, but they like hyped it up more than it needed to be for us to really get in there with some other shit. Come on, man, you watch the shit. They tell you.
It wasn't. It was an attack on American soil, which
Was that it?
hadn't happened since the War of 1812.
But that's what I'm saying. It was like I'd have to look at it again because I saw something.
I should say from a foreign nation because I mean, civil wars between them, but I mean from
Oh, yeah.
a foreign entity. So it was the first time we had been attacked So it was a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I'm just.
I mean,
I'm not gonna-
think about the Twin Towers, and then think about Pearl Harbor.
the Twin Towers. Yeah.
Twin Towers are a pretty big deal to us.
Well,
You know what I mean?
No, I'm just. I remember when they were like, the guy literally was like, "I don't need to learn how to land." They were like, "You sure?" He's like, "No, I'm good."
I need that part.
Yeah, well, and I thought that was a joke. They were like, "No, that's for real." He said he did. He learned land. They were like, "Here's your license." I was like, "What?"
And they learn on flight simulators.
Oh man, listen, I'm just telling. It's like, it was. We're getting off topic. We're gonna go down the rabbit
Yeah,
hole.
we don't need to go
I
down
was
that
like,
one.
we already got a rabbit hole to go down to. Miss Gina Cursa.
Carano.
I don't know why I can't.
So the point
Carano.
is, she basically compared Democrats to Nazis, and
Because
gave
of
examples why.
cancel
And
culture. Or something?
she was then canceled by Disney, and Pedro Pascal, who had just a year previous compared. I don't know if it was Republicans or the United States or the base Trump administration. I don't remember which one it was, but
Probably Trump
basically showed like
administration.
kids in cages and then kids in cages in World War II.
Mhm.
And the funny thing is, like, the modern day one wasn't even like from the United States. It was like from a foreign country with kids in cages, and they're like, he didn't get canceled.
Oh, you mean the picture present picture he used
Yeah.
wasn't actually?
Yes.
Gotcha.
So she did get canceled. He didn't get canceled. My point
But he
is,
was Mandalorian, baby. They need the Mandalorian.
yeah. Point being is, depends on what side of the party you're on. So like, I'm fine with cancel culture because I don't want famous people saying stupid shit.
True.
Period. Whether which side you're on, I just want you to be neutral.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Or you could just be the fucking actor.
yeah, just be an actor. Like, you know what I mean? Like whatever happened to, like, if I hired a plumber and he came into my house and just started talking all kinds of like political stuff, I'd be like, hey man, how about you just fix my pipes?
Especially if he ain't doing what he's supposed to do. You'd be like, hold on. I was like, because first of all, I know you, Steve. You would love it. You personally would be like,
No, I actually don't. I don't like small talk with people I don't know.
oh.
I, I don't mind it, but if it's like,
Uh,
oh fuck, I'm gonna be here an hour.
that is true.
You know what I mean? Like, cause that's not small talk. That's like small talk. That's
Yeah.
that's like deep small talk. That you're like, okay, you just met me like 5 minutes ago, and you
Why
want
do
to
you
jump
think
off the
this?
deep end?
Yeah.
Like, we're not talking about the weather or kids or like, when did you buy this house? You're talking about like, did you hear
Yeah.
About the pizza shop down the street they call Lucas in the basement.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, how about you fix that fucking pipe, bro?
Like, yeah, you see the thing leaking right now while you're talking?
So you agree with that, right?
What? With her?
No, that sentiment that I just said.
Oh, yeah, about the not getting too deep with people.
Yeah. So LeBron James. See how I twisted that on you
no,
real
I
quick?
said not getting too deep with people.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he's getting too deep
Oh,
with
you're
people
talking
on the
about
court.
with the you said Gina.
And
Toronto.
everybody's like, hey, just play basketball. And they're like, no, use the platform. And I'm like, hey, I paid to see basketball. And they're like, no, use the platform. And I'm like, how about you just play basketball? And you're like, well, you know. But if it's a plumber, you're like, how about you fix the pipe?
Well, no, hold on now.
See, I
'Cause we were
snuck
talking
that
about-
in there, I snuck that
Because
in
most plumbers ain't famous.
there.
I don't know what plumbers you got. My plumbers, I said, I think I've
Either way, I don't want to hear this shit.
I was like, but I've never seen a plumber be like, oh my God, Steve Buscemi. Yeah, I don't know why I brought that name up. But
It's
That's-
actually Buscemi. So
this is Buscemi.
that's
I just know
cultural appropriation.
I know they said he has enough money to fix it, Steve, and he was like, the fuck I will, bitch. You see how much acting I get with this fucked up face? He literally said, like, somebody was like, hey, I don't know if you ever noticed his smile. It's kind of,
Oh, yeah.
he's got some messed up teethuses.
Oh, yeah.
And
Ugly
then it was
dude.
like,
Ugly dude.
oh, yeah, we're, I forgot what they said. They were like, uniquely striking or something like that. Like the nicest way I've ever heard an ugly person be called ugly. I was like,
Those like Steve Buscemi jokes.
oh man, yeah, so many. But I was gonna say not him. I was gonna say Gina Carano. I like I said, I didn't dive too deep into it, but I was like, y'all fired her, like,
That
because they said they're supposed to be doing like a whole little spinoff with her. Because
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched
Yeah.
the show. She's like on the first season.
she's supposed to have
Did
her
you
own
watch it?
spinoff. They canceled the whole thing,
Did you
and
watch the show? I'm saying
I watched like half of it.
You never gonna watch it.
I just didn't get that into it. It was like kind of slow for
I was
Star
never
Wars
into
stuff.
Star Wars.
I,
Like that.
I was never either. I had friends who were, so I tried to be,
No.
but I was like, it's like,
This was all right. I said
Yeah,
I
it's
like the
all
little
right,
baby, the baby Yoda, even though it's not. It's supposed to. I
I
thought it
always
was
like
supposed
the
to be Baby
Ewoks in the actual like.
Yeah,
I'm like,
fuck
oh,
that.
okay, they're funny, but you know, and again, my point is just don't be a hypocrite. You know, if you're gonna cancel this person for this,
Oh,
you have to do the same on this
Pascal.
side. You know what I mean? Like Pascal,
I didn't even know he said anything.
I don't think he did. He just posted a picture, and it was like
Oh,
I
he
don't
was just
know if
doing,
there
like,
was.
comparison type shit.
I don't know if there was like an actual.
He might have just shared some dumb shit from another person.
Yeah, my point is though is there's been multiple people who have said things like prime example assassinating Trump. Like you had Johnny Depp being like, "Who's the last person to kill a president? Who's the last actor to kill a president?" Like, so he
He's an
clearly,
actor.
yeah. So he's John Wilkes Booth. So he's clearly saying
No,
like,
but I'm saying he said. I didn't know he said that.
yeah, he was like, "I'm gonna kill the president," and
I
then the
did-
lady who was like held Trump's
Oh,
head
Captain
up,
Lee Gifford.
yeah,
Yeah.
bleeding, and then they also did like a skit thing, assassinating Trump on stage, giving a speech.
Where? Who?
Oh, you look it up.
No, I don't doubt it. I'm just saying I didn't. I knew about. I didn't know about Johnny Depp saying that, but I've seen different variations of that. One that was kind of funny, where somebody was like, "Hell yeah!" I'm like, I don't mind Trump being there. Like, I've never seen a president get assassinated or some shit like that. And I was like, that's fucked up, but
That's
it's kind of
cold.
funny.
That's cold.
I was like,
cold.
that's fucked up though. But yeah, I remember her. But she got. Listen, you talk about cancel. She got canceled by both sides. She couldn't do shows for like a couple years. Like she fucked her money
She
up.
did get jacked, but nobody else of the rest of all the other ones.
Oh
Did.
yeah, I mean, I know everybody said a bunch of shit, called them Nazis, racist, bigot, homophobe, and all that shit.
Yeah, we've been hearing that for a minute.
I will tell you, I never heard anything about gay people until just right before he got out. He did something about trans people or some shit like that.
In the military, which is completely overblown.
Well, I don't see. That's what I was like, because there's a lot of gay and trans people. That's why I started seeing on TikTok and Instagram. So they were like, "I can't believe this! This motherfucker!" And I was like,
It was from the military,
"What?"
but
From
the
military?
point was, you had to be transitioned. So, like, if you go on hormones, right, you have a transition period until your body is dependent, or you could go without it. If you the same way how like guys become crazy from steroids, it's not while they're taking it; it's when they come off it, and then they're like
both.
they get well, it's the upcoming and the downcoming. So like
Oh, okay, yeah.
the downcoming part, they go through this withdrawal and they have all this estrogen, so they get super emotional, but they're still
Yeah,
like
titties, too.
yeah. So like it's the same thing with like the women. You're pumping a testosterone in your body, and when the testosterone leaves your body, you would get super depressed.
Were they focusing on women or just trans people?
Just trans in general. But the same flip side would go to the other side
You mean
because you're
estrogen.
pumping in estrogen. Again, a big hormone drop leads to depression. So like the whole point is you can't like for me taking like ADHD medicine, I couldn't even join the military. If you had OCD, you can't join the military. All these other simple things
Really?
that you
I
would
don't
think,
OCD
right,
would be
exactly.
kinda-
But if you can't join the military because you like organization,
Yeah, that's
You know
what
what I
I'm
mean?
saying.
Like,
The place that literally
right.
says, "We'll get you straightened out, and we'll get you in that." You know, like I've seen a couple people do that. Most people I know just went back to
right.
being
But
shit.
the point I'm saying is like Trump's thing got blown out of proportion to say it was all this, that, and the other.
Well, they were
abandoning
saying
them,
it
but
because it happened all of a sudden. I was like, I don't know if he was working on that for a while because everybody made it seem like it was like a total blow that nobody saw coming. Because it was like it was literally like in his last month or two that he did this.
Yeah,
supposedly.
I don't know 100%.
I never heard him talk about it. I was like, when it came to gay people, I was like, I never honestly really heard him talk about gay people.
Listen, my point is the Democrat side is losing side. It's losing side because it's all about who's the biggest victim. You know what I had never seen before that I saw this year?
Was it?
A shit ton of gay people be like, I'm Republican. Because they're no longer the biggest victim. It's they've been overseen by trans and now all these gender pronouns. They are like low man on the totem pole of victimized people.
Well, the LGBTQSZZZZ.
Chicka chicka wee wees. And then on top of that, you know, they're below black people. So like they're the lowest Democrat
should
on
be.
the totem pole, and a lot of them are white dudes. So they're like, hey, we should go join the other side. You know what I mean? Like
But I will
that's how
say-
you know the left is getting bad when gay people are becoming Republican. Can I just say that? Like that's
I will
fucked.
say that it is funny. It's like there's certain things where you ever seen, and you probably have seen on TikTok, Herschel Walker's son, like this big.
Oh yeah,
flamboyant kid.
yeah. He's
Like-
flamboyant as all
And I was
get out.
like, and Herschel Walker is cool with this because he is literally like the man's man, old school macho. Like I remember his whole story was he didn't lift weights, and he got. Like, if you ever saw him when he was in tip-top shape, I'm pretty sure by then he was lifting weights. They were like, to get to football, he used to do like 1,000 push-ups. He would like do hundreds of push-ups in between commercials and sit-ups and shit like that. Like, he was fucking like Iron Mike Tyson type shit. And one, he was born in like, I think 60s or 70s or some shit. Like,
Right.
what's happening?
No, I'm just Googling his. I need to see his face.
Herschel Walker?
Yeah.
You don't remember? He was a beast. But he didn't have that long of a career, which is, or not as long as a career they have nowadays. But his son, though, is just this big old flaming queen, which is hilarious to me. And I'm like, and it's funny because if you go on his thing, like you'll see some some conservative people. I actually went down a rabbit hole one time and see some conservative people like, yeah, that's right. And then, but you go in it, and they're like, they still like, shut the fuck. And they're like, but then it was on the other side where they're supposed to, where it's supposed to be like accepted of gay people. They're like, shut the fuck.
He almost looks like Mike Tyson.
Who?
Herschel Walker.
Oh, I think he's old enough to be like Mike Tyson's daddy or something. Or not.
No, he's only 54. Well, in this
Really?
thing, 53 here.
I'll be goddamn. Mike's in his 50s. Okay, never mind. They were, I know around the same time Mike was around. They were, he was doing his thing in the NFL.
Did he fight in the? He actually fight in the.
Yeah, he fought
Yeah.
some. It was over a decade ago, wasn't it? It was like,
So maybe he was 53 then. So maybe 6'3" now. I don't know, baby. He's huge though.
I think he fought when he was in the sport. Like he fought, and it was weird because it was like he really went and started doing MMA. Like it wasn't like, oh, I'm doing this celebrity fight. Like,
Toe in the water kind of thing.
yeah, he literally jumped into it, and I was like,
He's 58.
okay, but he did that like in the sporties though. Like he was, it was
No,
weird.
he was jacked in the picture.
And he won a couple fights. I think he probably lost some and quit quietly. But it was surprising because it was like you would see him, and it was like, isn't this dude old as shit? I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, but you don't want to get hit by his old ass.
Black don't crack.
Hey man, But he's best. He said it was best friends with Trump. I'm like, listen, we're just friends. Calm down.
Well, the point I'm trying to say though is like, it's funny because the Team
Doesn't that
Blue.
bother you?
Team Blue, it's kind of stretching it out. Did legs the other day.
Bro.
Team Blues comes together for a few months out of every 4 years to vote, and then they all turn on each other. Like it's
Oh,
I'm the biggest victim. I'm this. I'm that. I want this. I want that. And then like just kind of like Biden thing said, like there's more Mexicans than you guys. You just need to get along with people. Be grateful. All the stuff I'm doing. And all the Black Caucus is like, God damn it, fucking white guy. You know what I mean? Point being is though it's just funny. It's same thing because like the feminists are on that side. You got a lot of LGBTQ, gay, whatever. The whole non-binaries. A lot of black people. Not a lot of Mexicans. Can't say that.
what on Biden's side?
Yeah, not tons. It's probably 50-50. Probably 50-50 if I had to guess.
I would say 55, 45.
I
maybe
would actually
60,
want to say
40.
60-40 on my side.
Nah,
Republicans.
They
Because a lot of
they're
them come
cons-
from
a lot of
socialism.
conservative. I would say they like a lot of the conservative, especially the God Christianity thing.
Well, government too. They don't like they came from socialist
No,
countries,
I'm
so they're
telling
like,
you,
yeah, we don't want to go back to that. You don't know what you're talking about.
well, I'm saying I heard it from Cubans, but I'm telling you, a lot of Mexicans.
Yeah, a lot of Cubans. Definitely.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, he lost a lot of Mexicans, especially that first year when he came in talking that hot shit from the campaign. He lost a lot of Mexicans.
Yeah, but he totally gave them back though too, because at the same time, a lot of
We'd
them,
have to check it out.
yeah, we
We'd have to
would.
check it out.
A lot of them were like, and
But you're not.
here's
you're
the thing
not far
though,
off. I was
you're
like,
gonna have
yeah.
a real hard time finding an actual number. You
I
know
would
what I mean?
say you're probably right. 45, maybe 50. You're right. I say it's probably definitely a half and half situation because you're right. I saw a lot of Mexicans for Biden and I saw a lot of Mexicans for Trump. So I was like, but it's like we should say, not I guess Spanish, or because Hispanic has always been linked to Mexicans. I was like, and then you know you got your
Well,
Cubans.
it's such a broad spectrum.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Latin. There you go.
Yeah,
Latin. I was
yeah.
like, yeah, because I had Cuban and all that Venezuela, all that.
Because
shit.
it depends. Like Mexico, but if you're South America, they don't want anything to do with left. You know what I mean? Because they're coming from those
Yeah.
socialist countries now,
Well, I'm telling you,
Like,
I've known
you
a
know,
lot of them. They
Brazil and shit.
I was like the coach. I mean, not the coach. The religion plays a huge part. Like, I'm gonna tell you, I've been
Oh,
in some Mexican
I'm not
house,
dis-
and
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not
they love them
Catholic
some
as all
Jesus.
get out. But my point would be is
Oh no, what's the one where they do all that?
it's Catholic.
I know what I'm saying, but what's well, it's still like Jesus, and then all this they have the saints and all that. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
Lord.
that's Catholic.
Man, that's too many people in here.
Oh,
I thought it was Jesus and God. What happened? Let's get back to what we're talking about. I actually want to talk about Gina a little more. I was saying getting that cancel culture because I'm not 100% with it. I say there's some people who say some really. Now when you say
tell me what
stupid
you want to say.
I was saying we say stupid shit on both sides. It's like, all right, like bro, you gotta prove some of this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't
What do you mean
just.
proof?
I mean, like, I can't just call you a Nazi and be like, because I don't like the way he says things. It's like,
Bro, that's what they've been doing with racism for.
nah, you can prove racist.
Oh, you don't like what I said? Racist.
Oh, that was my other thing. It was like I realized, and that's I'll argue somebody with this, and they were like, man, it is so tough to be. It was a conservative white guy. He was like, so tough to be a white straight male these days, and I was like, okay. I say, so what's going on? What's happening? I was like, because I was like, all right. I was like, I even said, I was like, I'm not gonna say my normal asshole thing. Please explain further.
What's the coach?
Huh?
What is his coach?
No. Oh, he said that 8, 9
Well,
years ago.
anytime I hear it from you, I'm just assuming.
Oh no.
Anyway, keep going.
No, he's part of the crazy bit. He's the reason I keep around. I don't even respond to this shit. I just look at it. But
You respond when you're in a bad mood.
no.
Looking for a fight.
You know what's funny? It was one thing I was gonna respond
You're
to.
like, today's the day.
He had a conservative buddy because I looked him up just to make sure. I was like, even his conservative buddy was like, hey, like this, like he's like, you're fucking this up. This is totally not true. Why do you keep putting this shit up? It was about the Obamas or some shit like that. But he had put up like 4 things in like, I don't know if it was that day or a week's time.
Again, look at his age. It's those people who think the internet doesn't lie.
Yeah. No, but his conservative internet doesn't lie because he says all the liberal shit is lies. It's pure lies.
So does the other side.
Yeah,
Let's
but that's
be
what
honest.
I'm saying. It was
Right.
like, because I remember I gave him something one time when we were arguing some years ago, and he was like, nope, this is from CNN. I was like, well, yours is from fucking, I forgot.
Like I was arguing with Liptardian, and there was something came up for like Snopes, and it was like,
Snopes, what's the name?
yeah, and he's like, I thought Snopes was pretty good. Like I thought Snopes was like pretty accurate, man. And I'm like, bro, and I pulled up one example of Snopes. I'm like, they said mostly false. Do you not know that happened for sure? He's like, yeah, that happened. I'm like, how is it mostly false then? He's like, oh, okay. Like, exactly. Like,
But that's what I'm saying. That's what happened with him was I put up something, and he was like, I don't believe it. It's like, I was like, well, I said, then I realized, I was like, well, I was like, there's literal video, and the cop, I was like, I think it was somebody, the cop, I was like, the cop literally said this. I was like, and I said, put it this way, his captain or sheriff or whoever was fired him, reprimanded him, and then talked shit about him before we even knew the guy got fired. And you know, say like I said one or two things. He could have been on offensive, or he could have really been mad.
yeah.
I said, but there's actual proof. I'm saying. Oh, that doesn't. Either way, he was like, I was like, yeah, anything I don't pull up from fucking Fox at the time, and whatever other thing he was using. There was one I can't remember the fucking name of it now. Either way,
When you watch like a and I thought about this a lot. Like you can easily watch a news network
Mhm.
if you do it frequently. I should say enough to know both sides as well,
Mhm.
and pick out the BS. Like as you know, I listen to Ben Shapiro, and I know when he's stretching it or like
He's playing it up.
playing it up or trying to win tic tac toe with two O's and no X's. You know what I mean? It's like,
I'm seeing that a
nah,
lot.
bro.
I'm seeing that a lot right now with a lot of conservatives, like with Trump out of office. A lot of conservative people who used to like just kind of always defend him. I'm watching them kind of like, and it's both sides because it's like having to get used to the new way. Because I don't care what you say, 4 years with Trump was pretty
Everybody's
chaotic.
yeah, everybody's stretching.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like everybody. I'm noticing this. It's stretching here and it's stretching there, and I'm like,
Yeah, I even seen it with Tatum. Like, I don't even watch him anymore because he's like, the stuff he's saying. It's like you came up with that.
I kind of want to know what he's saying. Now.
It was like, it was something. I don't even remember what it was. It was like a month ago.
Okay.
It was like recently after our last podcast, and I was like, I hadn't listened. Like I actually turned on YouTube notifications and I subscribed to him,
Mm.
and like stuff kept popping up,
know.
and I turned it on. And I'm like, bro, like this is what you got.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like this is what I got notification for. Like
he's one of the people.
you are stretching this shit so far. Like bro,
He's one of the people because I had
it's a rubber band about to snap.
I have a dislike. I was like, especially for those type of people, black people, if you will. But not even. I was like,
Oh,
yeah.
I know.
It was like because
That's
it's
why
like,
you are blue.
hey, it is what it is. If you want to call it that, it was like, hey, like the thing you read too, motherfucker. But I was like,
I've always admitted I'm conservative. You're like, I'm independent.
no, I said I'm independent, but I lean Democrat most of the time because I was Democratic I was Democrat lot longer than I was independent. I was like, trust me, if I was truly liberal, as you say, we wouldn't be having a lot of conversations.
I was Democrat longer than you were independent. Just saying.
Okay.
No.
It's like, actually, I don't believe you, but you say it, and I don't have proof against it. It's like, because something tells me
8 years.
you ain't coming with a liberal family.
No, I did not.
It's like, but, fuck you, Steve. Forget.
I'm bad, but you're worse.
No, that's what I'm like. What? Because I was saying it was stretching. I had watched something with Tatum. So after, remember I took that time where I told you, he said, black people look like the scum of America, blah, blah.
Oh,
and I got real pissy.
You did get
That's
real
like-
mad.
so
That's when you turned.
No, that's when, because at first I was like, I get it. He's a cop. He's going to defend cops. He blah, blah. I said, he's conservative. I said, I didn't like the Trump dick sucking that he was doing, but I was like, he's playing it up clearly. But then when he said that, I was like, hold the fuck up. I was like, it was like, because he was talking shit about the mother being mad. I'm like, I don't care who you are, what side you are. If you just saw your child get shot
You gonna
down
be
in the
mad.
street, you're not going to be like, hey, Steve, let me shake your hand.
Right.
You, oh, man. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. So
No.
it was like, and then he
100%.
went to that, and so I didn't watch it for a while. Then I saw something because of you fucking sending me that shit. I didn't even have an alert for him, but it started putting on my YouTube,
Yeah.
my basically YouTube page, and it was like, and so I would see him, and I would try to ignore him. I'd be like, fuck
Why do you think my TikTok is full of black people?
you.
Because of you.
Oh yeah, you got there, right. But no, so I saw him and I was like, the title was like, I said, damn, this title's gonna get me. It's gonna get me. It was something stupid. He wasn't even wearing the Trump shirt no more. I was like,
No.
I thought you wore Trump everywhere except for the restaurant, like you said. I was like, so in my head, I was saying this. I've had multiple arguments with him in my head.
in your head.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
listen.
Oh yeah, I get it.
I done won every time, and some have escalated to fights.
And I whooped his
Oh,
ass.
you goddamn right! I whooped his ass. It was like I had sayings and everything. I'm like, oh, you a fat boy couldn't handle? Oh, come on now. Listen, man, I'm telling you.
I can totally see it.
Listen, but I do it all the time.
I know you do.
I do it all the time. It's like,
You're in the shower listening to like, this motherfucker.
oh no. It's like it's more or less like I look at it and then right then and there because I got to get out and I have the argument right there.
I totally
Oh,
understand.
because you do it.
I do. I never said I didn't.
Oh,
I don't know why you get yelling at me.
Oh yeah, well bad. But he said something, and I was like you said, I was like, damn, that was just stressed like a motherfucker. Like I knew you were gonna. But then I saw something else. I saw somebody had made fun of Shapiro, and I was like, because it's like a Hispanic guy. You gave it to me when he was talking about white
Oh
people.
yeah,
But he
is
does
funny.
he does. It's like spot
What's
on.
that?
It's like spot on.
ExpressVPN.
Yeah. He was like, he's in the middle talking like, no matter what you say, like Express VPN and blah blah. And he was like, then he did one where he was talking about like trying to have sex with his wife, and he's talking that same way. And he's like, hold on.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's like,
ridiculous.
but he was like in the middle of it. He's like, hold on. And if you want to do, like he did a.
You know what's funny? I was listening to him today, trying to because it was like he was talking about it was
I do like this shit. I can do this.
I don't even know what it was, but I was like, his voice is so like whiny, and I'm like, dude, like, bro. And the thing is too is like, he says since obviously not that much is happening now since Trump's out of office, like, you can, shit talk Biden pretty easy, but the point is like, there's no glamour in it. Like,
yeah.
Like
it's not as much fun. It's like
Yeah.
all the luster's been taken out.
there's
yeah.
there's no like, or like, there's no anger. There's
That's
just
in
like,
the vitriol.
this guy's an idiot. Look what he said, and you're like, he said that.
Yeah, it's like
That used to take like 45 minutes. Where's 10-minute show? All right, I gotta fill this up. ExpressVPN, and you're
It's
like,
like-
and then he just like whines on about like me, and then you're just like, dude, like you're not telling me anything I don't already know. Like you're just
Yeah, it's
saying
like-
the same
it's
thing
all-
over and over and over and over and
exactly.
over. It's like,
it's like you already said this before he got here, and now he's saying it when he
right,
got
like
here.
you said it for the last month. Like that's all you've been saying is like, come on, come on to the Daily Wire. We're picking up people on the Daily Wire. We're taking over the culture war.
That's
okay?
his thing,
Okay?
right? Daily Wire.
Yeah.
That's his company. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I do like him. He's smart and he does a lot of balls and strikes. You know what I mean? He craps on Republicans a lot.
Wait, what did you just do right there? What you say?
I said that the other day, and you're like,
Oh, wait, that's it. Oh, balls and strike. I was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, did you hear that somewhere?
yeah. But he calls balls and strikes. So the point is saying,
Is
like,
that where you got it from?
my brother-in-law said it. And I was like, damn.
Balls and strikes.
Yeah. You call balls and strikes. If it's a ball, you call it ball. If it's a strike, you call it a strike. No matter who the team is, right?
Oh, good.
You call a spade a spade. Point.
I
So-
get it. I get it. I just don't like it.
I know. So the point is,
I think you could do better.
I still like it. So the point is like,
Obviously.
he does call it how it is. The problem I have with him is he like,
He calls it about as much as it is as you think I do.
no, he definitely better than you, for sure, because he will actually he
Well, he gets paid to do it.
yes, but he also does not hype up his own team. Like he'll shit talk one side and be like, they weren't any better. You know what I mean? Like, and he does, like, I've heard episodes where he's for a full hour just shit talk Republicans. I'm like, and then the next day he's like, I got a lot of emails. A lot of you are angry at me. I'm just saying. It's true. That's true. That's how it happened. And I'm like,
I couldn't listen to that voice
Okay.
that long.
it is
I'ma tell you.
it is frustrating.
I don't
man.
care what he was talking about. I don't care if he
Like I
was.
said, I had not listened to it since like Tuesday, and I put it on today to like get some like little snippets and facts and like this that, and the other. I'm like, I listened like a half hour. And I'm done. I just can't. Like,
I'm
you
to that
drive me
point.
nuts. Like it's like your wife just nagging at you, but worse. Like it's like your mom nagging at you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like I heard this now for years. Like but anyway, we got way off topic.
No,
there.
because I would say it's on both sides. I was like,
The
That's-
point I'm trying to say though is like, again, I'm fine with the cancel culture. I'm fine with you canceling people, but
as long as you cancel both the same.
you again, I don't want to see hypocrisy. If you're going to sit there and even with the Trump trials, you know what I mean, and that's why the Trump trials flopped because they were like, look what he said, look what he said, look what they said, and then they showed a highlight reel of all the Democrats doing the exact same thing, and they're like, where's the cancel? And they're like,
Now that
well,
was
you
true.
know, but were they politicians? I mean, but they weren't the president. Like, that's the best comeback you got. And they're like, I mean, you know,
I mean, there is a difference, but go ahead. Oh yeah.
they were like 14-year-old teenage girls, like, just got rejected from the mom to go to the mall. They're like, and it was just like, bro, you know you've seen the footage. You know you doctored your footage. You know, it's like the same thing how they take everything out of context and both sides do it. I'm not saying they don't, but like cut the clip right before he says what he actually meant, and you get the you get the sound bite of what you wanted to hear. You know,
I'm
Charlottesville.
gonna tell you, Trump did. He gave a lot of sound bites. It
Oh
was-
God, but
you didn't. That was my thing. Remember we talked about it for last. Like,
Shit
you ain't
tons
gotta.
of-
You ain't gotta hype his shit up. You ain't gotta cut it a doctor.
Oh,
he
yeah.
gonna fuck it up himself.
no, a lot of it was doctored, bro. A
But-
lot, like even the Capitol riot stuff. It was like
What are you talking about?
snipped, poop,
Oh,
done.
yeah, but you
and it
could
was
tell-
like if
but you could
you let
see
it
it.
play for 2 seconds longer, it was like peacefully. What was the what I don't even know. Something
I forgot
stupid.
what
You know,
it
it's Trump. He says glamorous stuff
Is
like
it Ted Cruz that we were talking about? His daddy was a Zodiac killer, they said? Or his daddy used to hang out with the Zodiac killer?
I didn't know anything about that, but I heard Shapiro make a reference to that earlier.
Trump said it. Trump was like, your daddy hung out with the guys who killed.
Yeah,
uh,
the Zodiac. Yeah, that's what he says. Like he's like
That's why I was like,
Shapiro was like, yeah. But besides him being the Zodiac killer, in 1973, I think I was born. Yeah, I'm like, what?
I was like,
What are you talking about?
Because Ted Cruz, I'm like, bro, you really riding hard for a guy who totally bitched you in public. I don't care what he talked about your daddy, he talked about your mama, he talked about your son, your daughter, your wife.
He just wants to pick up his fan base.
Oh, I know.
That's why he grew the beard. Now he smokes cigars. He's trying to be.
Is that what he did?
Oh, he switched from like when you saw him.
Isn't he from Canada, really?
I don't think so.
Ted
He
Cruz
couldn't
is,
run for president if he was.
No, he was like born in Canada, but then he moved here.
couldn't.
I'm t-
You
alright,
have
hold
to
on.
be born in the
Hold
United
on.
States to be
I'm gonna look
running
this
for
up.
president. That's why Arnold Schwarzenegger couldn't.
Oh, is that really?
Yeah. You have to be a
Ted
native
Cruz.
U.S. citizen.
I thought you just had to live here a certain amount of time.
No, because Schwarzenegger would have passed.
From Canadian. Let's see. He earned Canadian citizenship in 1973 and became a naturalized U.S. citizen in 2005.
Yeah, so he just became. He has dual citizenship.
Yeah. But yeah, he's from. But he was. But it's funny because people.
Doesn't Trudeau have or not Trudeau? Yeah, Trudeau has dual citizenship in like here in like France
I don't,
or
probably,
Greece.
I couldn't tell you. He probably does. I just remember because when Ted Cruz, Ted Cruz has been a part of the political scene for a minute now. So before Trump, and I remember it was like Obama's first term, but he, this one he was going against, oh boy who died, couldn't raise his arms.
Yeah.
They were talking. They were like,
Vietnam vet.
God damn, his daughter's still alive.
Yeah,
I mean, hopefully. And
I see his
she was
face.
on the show, some type of show.
he's a big name too.
Yeah, but we know who we're talking about. But I remember they were shit talking Ted Cruz, because he was running for president, and his friends were like, "Yeah, I don't know why the fuck he's playing up this Texas thing. He's from fucking Canada." And it was like, "Wait, what?" And they were like, "Ted Cruz is blah 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 from Canada, and he's also but he is a citizen of the United States." And but then he played it and like he tried to become like a Texas guy, which in Texas, to most of the people I know, I don't care what side you're on, I'm like, hey, motherfucker, you ain't from here. Don't be pretending to be from here. That's a big deal. That don't mess with Texas shit. That all that falls into it. Like, oh, you pretending to be a cowboy? Okay. Come on here. Let me smell you. Let me smell your breath. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, you still got similar. You know what I'm saying? But I just remember he got, especially with the fucking shave face.
That's a
man, he looked
Pennsylvania
like a
thing
bitch.
too.
What? Oh, don't
Like
pretend to be from Pennsylvania.
not pretending, but like pretending to be, like a I don't want to say a roughneck, but like
Country boy or something.
yeah, like you kind of talking about like flamboyant country boy versus like real country boy, like they're like
Yeah, I ran into a lot of the flamboyant country boys who came from real country boys, but they were like, "Man, we're gonna go mudding." And my brand new 2006 jacked up that my parents bought me like,
it's never seen any mud.
yeah. It's all shiny and shit.
Yeah, like dudes building Jeeps and they
Yeah.
never off road with it because they're like, I don't want to scratch it.
yeah, it's like
Why'd you spend all that money to lift it up and
exactly. I remember that used to be the
because
thing
in
high
case the
school.
zombie apocalypse ever happens, I need to do it. You know what I mean?
I remember this one guy. He came back. And he had jacked this truck up so high. I was like, "That's a new fucking truck. Why did you? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why? And he was like, yeah. And you literally had to pull yourself up. And he was like, yeah. I was like, what happens if you get hurt? Can't even drive your own fucking truck. I was like, what if you're just fucking tired or drunk? Which you have been many times I've seen you. I was like, what the fuck are you gonna do then? And he was like, man, no, don't worry about it. You wouldn't understand. I'm like, I understand simple shit. I was like, this is simple. This is the fucking step is at my chest. Like, why is your truck
riding around a Bigfoot?
I was like, he had a really he was the king of the fucking lifted truck shit at school.
God.
But it was on a brand new truck that is people buy. I was like, why would you buy a 17-year-old a fucking? I know that truck was probably like a 2005. No, I'm sorry, 2002 and 2003. And I'm like, it still costs like $25,000, $30,000. Like, fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, you don't buy no kid no new fucking truck.
Back then, though, too, that was a lot, you know?
No, it's still a lot right now. You
For a truck? No.
Oh, well, 40, 50,000. 60.
Easily.
Yeah.
50.
But I'm saying it was because it was used, but I'm like, you do not buy a kid a truck like that. I was like, and then jack it up that house. Like, he can flip over. Like, you ain't worried about safety or nothing. Either way.
Listen, people suck. Okay.
People do suck. I say we could jump into the next little topic because we never even talked about the Capitol and how a lot of police are going to
Yeah,
jail, get in trouble.
you didn't say. I thought you had more about Carano, but basically.
Well, I didn't. I was just throwing her in there because of what happened.
Spade to spade, basically, is my point. So, Capitol attacks. What you got for me, little mama?
I'm liking it. I'm liking it now.
Oh, I know you do. So I'm just gonna let you talk.
No,
and I'm gonna sit back
it's,
and.
it's not as crazy as last time. I was like, really, it's just like, because now, the one where you see the lady in Texas who took a private plane to go down there. Oh, you didn't see it? She's a realtor in Texas. She took a private plane to fly to Washington, and she was like, I wasn't in the Capitol building. It was like, but she took a fucking picture in the Capitol building after the fact.
With like a, she had a pink beanie on.
Yeah. And they were like, hey, is this you? And she was like,
Uh-uh.
But then she was like, I think that President Trump should definitely pardon me because, you know, he told us to go in there. I was like, nah, bitch, you about to take this L all on yourself.
You know what was funny about that, too?
What?
It just shows that. It just shows that was the narrative. That's how you know the narrative was bullshit, is my point.
What?
Because the second they got busted, they were like, I mean, you know, did you see the lady crying? She said, you know, I did it because Trump told us to do so. I thought if we did it, it'd be okay. And Trump told us, and I believe in false ideals because Trump told me to. So it was all Trump's fault that I was in the Capitol. I'm like, oh, you flipped real quick. Now all of a sudden, that you get busted doing some dumb shit
No, not
that
even that.
everybody
It's
knows is not a good idea.
Well, not only that, it was like, because Trump then was out of office, and it was like, oh, shit.
He can't say me.
Oh, I was like, he ain't coming back to pardon all of us? Because he pardoned, like, I think they say he pardoned 75 people or something right before he left. That was a lot of people. He even pardoned Lil Wayne.
Yeah, and everybody was like, so?
Well, because it was funny because it was literally in his last, like, 2 months, Lil Wayne was like, yeah. And
Remember that time?
But then it was funny because it was like, Lil Wayne has a federal gun case. Okay, it was like,
He definitely did that.
and look, I was like, everybody was like, man, fuck Lil Wayne. They even did the little look at the coon, put him on there, put his picture on there, and then because
They
Lil Wayne,
would.
first of all, Lil Wayne said some problematic shit for the black community in general. Like he did some, like colorism, where he was like, he only fucks with like light skinned black chicks. He don't like dark skin. Mind you, motherfucker's darker than me. His daughter's as dark as me. His first baby mama, he got like 6 in the bitches. First baby mama was darker than me. And it was like, now he's talking about he only likes exotic women and all that. I'm like, bruh, look at your mama. Is your mama like mother? That's a whole nother issue and problem that I'm
I don't know nothing about that.
colorism in the black community. It's like, because it goes back to the house Negro versus the field slave, like the house slave versus the field slave, which usually the house slave used to be
I know
comprised
Stephen.
of. Huh?
I know Stephen.
No. No, but I'm saying the house slave used to be like the master's kid.
Right.
It's like, and they would always be light skinned, like, because that's what happens.
It makes-
Well, so it'd be the mixed kids. So, but then they gave them a little bit more than the people outside, and That's then like I said, overseer could have been black. It's like Steven, that's a real fucking person that used to be like, hey, they over there plotting to leave, boss. You might want to do something about that. And then he get
Well, think about it. I mean, same way overseers in jail in the movie.
oh yeah, in the life.
Yes.
Yeah. No,
Wait.
but that's what I'm saying. That's the
But
type
you
of
give
shit.
a little bit of authority and you get left alone and you don't get all the crap everybody else did with.
And
You're
you
like,
shit on everybody else.
you know what? I'm gonna take this.
Oh yeah, but that's also like the snitch or a rat, which we get to your proud boy. I know you love him. But
Well, you got a lot more to say about this because you was all hype about this.
nah, I was like, I am, but it's like it's funny because usually in some cases where like people get hyped, you don't really see things happening. And this one is like, nah, we got like 40 people. And then see all the videos of the people who got caught at like the airport. They were like, I'm an American. And then but they were like, you're my brother, I'm your brother, blah blah. Like, nah, motherfucker, you on the no-fly list. Go ahead, get arrested real quick, and then we'll talk to you a little bit later. Like, boy, I don't know what you thought was about to happen.
They were saying something about that lady from Texas doing like 40-some years.
Which one? The realtor lady?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, shit.
I just saw a TikTok about it. Like
I know
I think it's like 43 or 45 years.
it's a few people looking at some shit. But it was they did let one lady go to Mexico or some shit. No. I'm sorry. That turned out to be not true. So I'm not even gonna say that. But it was put up. They were like they were gonna let this lady go to Mexico because she said she had a. But she actually said the shit. But the judge was like, "Shut the fuck up." But it was played because they were like he listened to it. Like he listened to it. It's like, well, yeah, they gotta listen to it. They don't. I mean, they could also say, "Shut the fuck up," and I don't have to listen to what you're saying. But it's like they listen to it. She was like, "Well, my job has a retreat or something like that." I'm like, "Nah, you gonna miss that one, baby." Like,
You go, oh yeah. She asked for like leave to
Yeah.
go to. She's like, can I go on vacation quick and then
Yeah.
come back?
no, it wasn't. She didn't say vacation. Everybody else put vacation on it, but she said it was like a
work
work
trip, right,
retreat.
right.
So yeah, a work trip or something like that. And they were like, "No, it's not, bitch. You trying to not come back? We ain't stupid."
Yeah.
Like, you trying to wait till this shit die over in a couple years? Fuck out of here. Trying to telecommute from goddamn Cozumel, Mexico. You better get out of here, bitch. But it's funny because after me and you were arguing about it, like all this shit, I was like, first of all, I felt very relieved because a lot of things I said happened. So fuck you.
I don't even remember what you said happened.
Well, I was like, no, they let him in, and then like a lot of officers have gotten in trouble.
Yeah, they did.
I was like, I said, nah, I'm gonna leave it alone. Because it was like I saw a TikTok, and the TikTok led me to look it up on Google, and I was like,
I watched a like it was like a 20-minute, and I'll let it alone as well. Like thing on YouTube
what?
about like how it was actors and this, that, and the other, and like not all of them were actors, but like
I saw you send me some dumb shit like they were getting changed under a tree or something. They were like, I got him. I'm like,
oh no, that was legit, but there was other ones where it was like they busted multiple Antifa people in it.
Some guy was they said some guy who sold the footage of people breaking in was part of Antifa and he did it himself. But then the person who said he did it himself, they like left that alone and just said he sold it to CNN for I forgot what it was.
Yeah, that was part of it, but the other thing was how many people that they had, and then scrubbed their social media accounts, and it was all like Antifa shit, and they're like, that was a part of it. The other thing was,
I'm good at 5% of that, and then 95% of people who definitely did that shit.
same thing happened on the flip side with the BLM stuff too.
Oh, when those
You know,
guys was
yeah.
like throwing bricks and
And
shit.
I
You're like,
don't-
who are you? And they were like, just ran
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, look, I don't. I believe both sides because people are assholes.
People get paid to do shit.
That too.
Robber houses, baby.
Well, that was what they were saying with the CNN thing. The point I was getting at though was, the point I was getting at though was with this like some people were like coming out of the like Capitol, like as it was still going down. They're like, they're actors. We need to get out of here. Like people were like, that shit is not real. That is not real. It's all staged. Like people were like saying it as they're coming out of the Capitol, and then like this guy's like breaking down the footage. And he's like a Hollywood stunt guy person, and he's like breaking down all the scenes and like the footage, and it's like the way he does it is pretty convincing because it's like like a MythBusters kind of staged up thing. And you're like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Like the lady who got shot and died. I mean, she is actually dead from what we all know. Like, I don't think that was staged.
Yeah,
At the same time, the dude is like standing there, like,
what you mean?
Holding the gun, like the guy who shoots and kills her.
Yeah, he was.
He's
like, hey, I heard it. He was like, because they were like, he was pointing the gun at him the whole time. Like,
and then all of a sudden she comes up and she's like,
pow,
and then he's like, and it's like, what? Like, you know what I mean? And then she falls back, and then like the way she fell back, because like was shot in the neck or something, but she didn't like
I
grab.
thought she got shot in the chest.
I thought it was neck. It doesn't matter. Point being is like
she got killed for real.
She didn't grab anything, and then she like laid there, and like he broke.
Yeah,
it all
she did
down.
it. She did like this. She was like,
yeah, and like he's like, none of that made any sense. And then like he talks about how the people were acting around her, and like
I told you that whole scene. It was weird because there was cops. I don't know if they were the Capitol or whatever, but it was like cops kind of dressed up in paramilitary shit, and then it was like the people.
But they weren't really doing anything.
Yeah, they weren't. It was like they weren't clashing, but then for some odd reason,
right? They were
she
there.
I was like, yeah, it was like,
and they were also controlling, but yet just like.
They didn't actually do nothing until she got shot. Like, they didn't actually start doing shit until she got shot.
What are you doing there if you're just like, oh, we got to get through?
Well, see, that also was my point. They let the motherfuckers in. But...
And they did. I can't argue that.
But when she got shot...
Like, at the same time, would you not expect some people that are cops to be, like, Trump supporters who, like...
I expect most of them because most cops are conservative. Just like a lot of military is conservative. And a lot of... firefighters are conservative, and a lot of fucking...
My point to the whole thing was, like, you can't call it a fucking coup. So, like, my Devin Puss friend right off the bat was like, it was a coup! I'm like, apparently you don't know the definition of fucking coup.
I'll tell you one thing.
You should Google that shit.
They're attempting... It's like, if you say it's attempted coup... what's the boy, Andrew Schultz? He was like, it was like, but it's the worst one ever in history. He's like, they basically got there. It's like, what do we do? Let's take a picture. Let's put some shit on the wall. I didn't know they was smearing shit and shit like that. I was like,
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, that's
news
a
to
big
me.
part. You didn't watch? Oh, you ain't watched Dave Chappelle's?
I seen
YouTube
a
thing?
TikTok on it, and he was just like, he was going hard. And I'm like, I'm not gonna watch that.
I would say it got to the
I was
point
like, that's the one Dave Chappelle I'm not gonna watch it. I almost sent you the TikTok too, and I was like,
no, I probably already saw what you're talking about.
I know you did.
No, but I still haven't finished it because it was like he was talking. Here's two things.
Like, it's the first time it happened to you.
It's like basically. I was like, but he was talking and he was just like going in real hard, and I was like, my only problem was like listening to him. And I usually like, all right, Dave, all right, you make some sense, and I was like, all right, Dave, you make some sense. But also, remember that thing about fucking Dave Chappelle show, and now come find out you got millions and you totally cool. I was like, but you told everybody not to fuck with them and not to watch them. I was like,
what do you mean?
So you remember they put the Chappelle show out on Netflix,
right?
But they come to find out Dave, when the whole Chappelle show, it wasn't his. He didn't own it. Like he basically got like
he didn't have the rights.
Yeah, it was like, but when he got the show, it was kind of like a long shot. It wasn't like, oh, this is gonna work. It was like, hey, this guy might work, and then it blew up.
Right.
And that's why he was getting the big deal right before he left, like right before he quit. So it was like basically he didn't own it. But he was like, but everybody was like, hey, man, we're so happy for you. Chappelle shows on Netflix. He was like, nah, I ain't getting nothing from that. And at first, everybody felt bad, like, damn, y'all gonna fuck over Dave Chappelle, man. We love Dave Chappelle.
Right.
And he was like, listen, if you love me, please, do not watch this. I mean, he literally was like, do not watch this, blah, 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 boycott this, and that. I'm like, okay, cool. Literally 2 months later, you see Dave Chappelle receives, now I see,
check.
Chappelle's show is coming back on Netflix, and it's going to be on comedy. Yeah. And it was like
new stuff.
No.
Oh, okay.
This is just the old show.
Yeah.
And now
So
he's like, he got his
check.
money, and it was like, that's why when I was listening to him, I'm like, I can't get over this in the back of my head, Chappelle. I'm gonna have to come back to you later because right now
But
I don't want to say it.
What was he saying though that made you go back to that?
No, because
You know what I mean? 'Cause, like-
I was seeing this and I was like, but why you okay now? Cause you got paid. Oh, you got paid. I got
Yeah,
you, I
yeah.
got
But
you.
what was he not okay about? Because what I'm talking about is
You talking about the Capitol?
Yeah, he was talking about the Capitol.
He was just talking about he was like,
You making it seem like there was something else involved.
No. I would say it was hard for me to listen to that, knowing that other part, because I feel like he backtracked on that other part now that he got paid. And I was like, and then I was kind of like, well, I mean, that's what he was going for.
Yeah,
but, it's like, but he went so hard about getting Chappelle's show off of Netflix. I mean, he literally was like, please don't
Dude,
do that.
You come on. You've seen so many comics.
What?
Backpedal and ride the wave.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It made it hard.
Like you see, like even Will Smith doing it.
Right.
You see Chris Rock did it. Chappelle did it. You know what I mean? Like all those people, like Chris Rock especially.
He always did.
Rings a bell, right? But he went hard on black people in the '90s. Like get your shit together, and then like.
Oh no, he's doing hard on white people though.
Oh, he always did. But my point today is now he's just.
You talking about with the tambourine thing?
Yeah, tambourine, but like.
Did you see the new one?
I did not, but it wasn't that just like an extended version of it.
Yeah, and it had Dave Chappelle in it and everything.
Right.
It was.
But the point was like that one with the tambourine. Like he was like, there was no white people joke. Like it was all Black Lives Matter is what we've been dealing with. Blah blah. Trump sucks. Blah 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 blah.
Right.
And I'm like, you didn't do the flip side. Like you usually do the flip side or play devil's advocate or like this that, and the other.
He still. I was like,
he went woke in the paint
you talking
and
about
got
Chappelle?
that money. No, Chris Rock.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Chappelle.
This what I said. Like I said, I haven't finished it, but it was because it was like strong, and I was like,
Chappelle was always hard on white people, but he used to actually be hard on black people too. I felt like, but then you let black people go. You know what I mean? Like the way Chris Rock is always hard on both, and I felt like Chris Rock is no longer hard on black people, which whatever.
I didn't see, especially Chappelle. I never really saw him being hard. Maybe because I was laughing at the shit he was saying. It might have been because I was laughing at it. I was like, but I saw him being harder on white people. But it used to make more sense.
Like even you remember that show, This Is Chris, and he gets arrested, and he talks about black people and like flipping out and this that and the other.
Shit. It's been a while since I watched.
You
mean everybody hates Chris?
Yeah, everybody hates Chris. Yeah, I didn't think it was everybody hates Chris though, because that was more of a.
No, that's just you talking about the Chris Rock show?
Yeah, the Chris Rock show.
Okay, no,
not everybody hates Chris. The Chris Rock show.
I'm pretty sure I watched it.
He was like acting like a news anchor. He's like, when you get arrested, don't do this. And then
no,
there's a
no,
person in the back of the cop car like flipping out, like punching stuff.
Oh
He's like,
yeah.
You know that kind of stuff. Like,
oh, that was hilarious because he was like, yeah. I remember that. Somebody brought it back up recently.
Right.
I saw it on Instagram, and it was funny. It was like because he has a platinum music album. He had a song called "No Sex in the Champagne Room" with Gerald Levert.
I feel like I've heard that.
You did, but he literally just talked like Chris Rock.
Right.
But I was like, but I know
It's
what
like
you're talking
Eddie
about.
Murphy.
That's like, but he used to do it on the show where he'd be like, "Hey, guys, don't do this." It's like, "Do this, don't do this." Yeah.
Right.
It was like I remember you talking about.
But like, and then he took the 180. So like, my point is like, it's not even with the Will Smith thing. Like,
what Will Smith do?
You didn't see that Will Smith thing on Netflix? You had to have.
On Netflix?
Yeah, and it's like a whole.
Oh, his bucket list thing, right?
No, it's like a whole Black History.
I think you might be mixed people. Will Smith?
Will Smith. I was gonna watch it last night with my wife, and I brought it up, and I was like, I can't watch this because I know what it's gonna be. You know what I mean?
Oh. No, I actually have no idea what you're talking about. Will Smith, Netflix.
It's called like.
What is it called?
It's in cursive. It starts with an A, I think.
One Strange Rock?
Nope.
No, brother, you gonna tell me? I'm actually I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, Amend?
Yeah, Amend.
When did this come out?
Just recently.
This must be literally like this week recently.
So it came up a torrent site, and then I was going to watch it, and I saw it was a Netflix thing, and then I went to Netflix and
Oh yeah,
then
because
watched the thing.
this is all from this year.
And you had said something to me about Will Smith saying some shit earlier about like, oh, well, this is like what black people have been dealing with for years.
No, he was
and-
like, it's not new. It's just camera phones around.
Right.
Yeah.
And the point was, then he came out with this,
I didn't even know this.
and you know, it's a whole like Black History thing, I guess, you know, for Black History Month, and I went through like all of the episodes, and I was like,
never
okay,
saw
you know,
this.
I know all this stuff, so I didn't watch it.
Yeah, that's if you notice it, you ain't got. Yeah, you ain't got.
No, I'm still gonna want to watch it, but just to see what Will Smith spins it as. But the point was, is like, okay, you're Will Smith. You're, you know,
I've never. Wow, Steve, I am very disappointed in myself that this white man knew before me.
I want to let you all know I love when that happens.
Also, I think you watch more TV than I do. No, you look for this. There's something in your soul said, "Hey, Netflix got something right now that might make you mad." You went, "Hold on."
No, actually, I ran out of stuff to watch. Like, I'm out of stuff to watch. I'm watching your show,
What?
the Stand. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole, but anyway,
No, that's my wife got me on it, so I was gonna say I know what you're talking about.
yeah. So
You don't like it? It gets good. I'm gonna tell
I
you.
told you I didn't want to go down the rabbit hole.
No, I'm just saying.
You like, you know,
Okay,
it's
just-
good. It's
I
good.
said, do you like it or not like it? That's what I'm saying. Well, it depends on what episode you're on.
Well, I finished 3.
It definitely gets a lot better.
Okay, good. Because, I mean, it's
It was kind of slow for me too.
my thing is
my wife had to force me to watch.
my thing is like the little bit of film knowledge that I have from doing this is like now I pick up on stuff that I wouldn't ever
That you
pick up
don't-
on.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? So I'm like, now I notice camera
something's
quality,
bad.
like when, like for instance, like when something's filmed on Netflix and they have a series like House of Cards, just to use that example, it's like Hollywood production. Everything is like deep colored camera, like it's like
Oh,
watching.
you really,
Well, it's like watching a
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But you can tell when you're watching like a TV production show because it's not the same quality. Like it's just filmed differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The cuts aren't the same. It's just not as it's dramatic, but it's just different. It's I'm like
I'm gonna tell you.
I can't get like even I like The Walking Dead, but The Walking Dead was totally a TV show versus like
Dawn of the Dead or some shit.
no, I'm just saying versus anything on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Or even Hulu, like any of their originals,
Mhm.
or even HBO originals, like way better production behind it.
You talking
and-
about the production behind the HBO originals, or what behind the Walking Dead thing?
Behind the HBO originals and stuff, like the quality. You know,
Oh
what I mean?
yeah, I got you.
Like
yeah.
the it's like movie theater quality versus TV show quality. You know, there you pick up on the difference.
Check this movie out.
Shadow?
In the Shadow. Have you seen this?
No.
You'll fucking like it. It is. Me and my wife.
Screenshot it and
All right,
text it to
hold
me
on.
because I'll forget.
I was like, because this one is fucking good.
So anyway, we gotta get back on topic
And
because
it's no-
we went off capital attacks.
Oh, okay. So
My point is, go ahead.
well, I was gonna say
You
no.
didn't get all your points out before.
I was gonna say no because it was like I felt better because it's like the things that we're arguing that we didn't have concrete evidence against. I was like,
Came out later.
yeah, it was like
Yeah.
there's so 12 cops have been. I think it's 12.
It's like 20s.
No. I'm saying 12 cops have been fired, and then there's like 40
40
under
under
investigation. Yeah. So 12 have been 12 or 14, something like that. My number might be off. Was wrong.
No.
Oh, I thought you. I was like, and then 40, and then I was like, so when I saw that, I was like, yes. But then, and then I saw,
got him.
I saw some of the other things you're talking about with the stage. I was like, you know what? I can actually. I was like, first of all, I was like, I don't think they were there at the front, but I definitely think they were there helping push that shit along. It's like a powder keg, like the mob mentality. Like you see, like, have you ever watched a show called Boondocks?
No, but I
Oh man, you've heard the
I've heard of
sound
it.
bites. You've heard a lot of
Yeah.
sound bites. Uncle Ruck. First of all, I want you to watch it, but there's so many niggas thrown around in that show that I don't want you to watch.
Are they white people?
Oh, Charlie Murphy played a white guy. It's like Charlie Murphy played a white ex-Viet, ex.
Nom.
No, not Vietnam. Ex. What's the new war? Afghanistan, and he came back, but he's from a rich family, and it's hilarious
Charlie Murphy.
because he was like he said the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. They were like, what the fuck are you talking about? He was like, the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence, or some shit like that. And he fucking, I'm telling you, it's hilarious. Child, his show came on initially in like 2005.
Yes.
First of all, it talks a lot to like the black community because it was a comic strip that got turned into a show, and it was like the first episode is called Nigga Moment.
Right off the deep end. All right.
Oh,
Then.
the first episode, and it's basically what happens is these two guys. It's like just like two regular black guys. They bump into each other, and they're like, and here's the moment where they can choose to either go normally, and they were like, oh, hey man, my bad. I was like, oh, I can have a nigga moment. And so and so the guy literally is like, one guy's like, hey motherfucker, watch where you going. You just stepped on my shoe. He was like, what bitch? Like, fuck you. They're like, fuck you, motherfucker. And then they be like, bitch, I'll fucking kill you, motherfucker. And so then, and like the next second, they start shooting at each other, but they're literally shooting like this. And so and then they go click, click, click. And then they open their eyes and they realize both of them haven't been shot. And they were like, oh, man, we really overreacted right there. They're like, yeah, man, you my brother. And then the cops show him go, hey, hands up, nigga. Boom, 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 and shoot them both there. And I was like, and by the way, as hard as he's laughing, I was laughing just as hard. So if anybody ever sees this, it's not fucked up. It's actually a very funny scene. I was like, but when I saw that was, mind you, this is the first 2 minutes of the show, and it comes on, and this happens, and I was like, but I was gonna say one guy's named Riley, and his thing is whenever you throw a chair in a crowd, he always says niggas will go crazy, and it's funny because it's been certain scenes where they get in trouble, and he just picks up a chair and throws it, and he's like, hey, fuck you, and then everybody starts fighting with each other. He's like, I told you, niggas go crazy when you throw a chair. And so I'm telling, watch this and talk about it with your white friends. Don't talk about it on there. I'm surprised you ain't watched Boondocks. Really? It came on when we were in school.
Yeah.
I was like, it was. I love the fucking show because one, it had a good message. Martin Luther King came back in the first episode. Martin Luther King comes back. He's actually been shot and he's been in a coma for like 30, 40 years. So when he wakes up, he sees how Black America has progressed in some situations. He's like, wow. And then he sees fucking Maury and he sees like rap music and all it. And in the show, they like, oh man, they make it even crazy. Like it's a song that I love singing at home. And my son used to sing it. It's called Booty Butt Cheeks. That's how they just go, booty, booty, butt cheeks, booty, butt cheeks, booty, butt cheeks. But they're making a parody of like rap and shit, which today definitely ain't that hard. But it's funny because I always sing it. And I'm like, booty, butt cheeks, booty, butt cheeks. And my son used to be like, booty, butt cheeks, booty. Which also, we'll talk about that offline. I was like, I don't want to put that on you. But it's like, I tell people all the time, I was like, it's fun to make your kid do adult shit until they do it around other adults, and he be like,
booty butt cheeks.
Because he started saying booty butt cheeks around my mom, and she was like, what are you saying?
What is that? What is that?
Yeah, and I was like,
What is a booty butt cheeks?
I don't know. They must have learned it at daycare.
That's some new kid stuff.
But I'm saying all that because I saw somebody do it like, not a TikTok, but somebody commented on it. They were like, man, it's just like the Boondocks. Motherfuckers, because it was like somebody did one thing, and they were like, fuck yeah, let's raid this place. So it was like, but the funny thing about it was, usually what keeps me upset is when I don't see any justice or anything happening. When I see somebody clearly do something wrong. And this time it was like damn.
Oh, they going hard at it.
I was like, they're going hard. I was like,
they got full FBI.
oh
like,
man.
they
I know you saw
people getting like 40 years to life.
I don't think
Like-
anybody's been sentenced yet, but everybody's been like people been arrested. I think everybody's still in the process of like
Nobody's gotten
Since-
convicted. I thought that like,
Huh?
well, I guess that's what they're charges
yeah.
are like
charging.
they
They're
would
charging
face,
people.
they're facing
Everybody's facing up
40
to
years
this
of
and
life.
that, yeah.
Right.
But
Did
did you see the lady, the one lady? She's like Miss Nebraska or some dumb shit, who was talking hella shit. I watched this one guy who has a show called "How Well Did That?" He's like, "How well did that TikTok age?"
Yeah. I saw it.
And he showed her. You know, he's definitely
and then
liberal.
she's at the Capitol.
I was like, no, but he showed her talking shit like, oh, 83 million motherfucker, 83 Americans are not going to stand for this shit. You're not going to get away with this. You don't have we'll fight you to the blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then the next video, she was like, oh, some of you guys have been reporting me to my job and blah. She was like, oops, sorry if I don't give a fuck. And then the next video is literally her looking like she's in a goddamn cave, like, so the FBI has been by my house. She was like, and I would cooperate, but I feel like, I was like, oh, so you running like a motherfucker right now. She's like, they are looking for me and everything. And I was like, no makeup. Everything else, she was makeup and all glammed up. And so it was like, how well did it? And the guy was like, well, it looks like that one didn't age well. And I was like, yeah. I was like, why are you talking shit? Like, hey, it's easy to talk shit when I was like, but when you're not there. I don't know if she was there, but it was just hilarious in that last one when she was like, I'm worried about the safety of me and my family. And I was like, well, you ain't giving shit to mother to you. Was talking hella
Yeah,
shit.
it was that. I don't think she was the Capitol. She was just talking.
Yeah, I think she was talking shit, but she was like, the
It
FBI
caught
is
up
looking
with
for
her,
me.
right.
But just like on the other side, trust me, I was like, it's not talked about as much, but they knocked there than the rest of the bunch of people who were doing them riots and shit. That's why when you were like, and I see a lot of people, they didn't do shit. Them people, I was like, oh no, them guys got arrested. A lot of people got arrested.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people got arrested and they've already been sentenced. It's like because that's been over a period of the last.
Yeah, that dude
however many
at
years.
kicked the can to light the police building on fire.
He kicked the can?
Yeah, it
Why
was
did you say he
like
threw it in there.
I thought he kicked it in, but maybe he threw it.
No, I don't know. You're
was-
talking about the can. I thought literally
was-
he threw like a Molotov or some shit.
It was like to the cops trapped inside the police station. They
Yeah.
lit on fire. I thought it. I want to say he kicked it, but you're right. I think he threw it.
I thought it just.
Point was, I know he got busted.
Well, first of all, he don't get. Isn't that cap? Well, I guess it's not capital murder if the people don't know, but it's like is there attempted capital murder?
I don't know, but there's no way he's not gonna get. He's definitely not getting away with that.
Oh no, he's
You can't
under
try to
the
kill
jail.
cops.
I was like, you're under the jail on that one. I was like, but I know usually that's when they start talking about the death penalties when you do capital murder. It's like when you kill a cop or some shit. That's when they bring up
Oh
the
yeah,
death penalty.
yeah.
Which is crazy because they don't even bring up the death penalty for goddamn pedophiles. Which I believe the pedophile, it should be like, hey, it's been proven. You was over here trying to fuck these kids, and then we're going to go ahead and get rid of you. Is that because...
Yeah, but think about like that. That's just from jail people. That's you're gonna have a lot worse time in the big house than anything else. Because apparently you could be like you could have been
man.
Jeffrey Dahmer murdered 47 people, and Jeffrey Dahmer finds out that you molested a kid. He's gonna be like, "I'm a butter your bread."
He was like, "That's what happened to me. Got me this way."
Yeah, like
I'ma
exactly.
see you tonight.
Exactly.
Fade to black. But he got killed by his fucking cellmate.
I just made that up. I don't. I mean.
No, but his cellmate was like, "Nah, this motherfucker crazy. I gotta kill him."
Yeah, I believe it. I
But
would.
he didn't even do nothing. He was just like.
Come on, would you want to sleep with him?
I mean, he had.
I'm like, hey man, it's been a while since I killed somebody. I'm like itching. I'm like,
What he had heads in his fucking in his refrigerator and
come on, if you were doing
Right.
life, I'd have killed him.
oh, there's a lot of people. Yeah, there's some people who like,
It's over for me anyway.
what the fuck you gonna do? Give me double life? All right. Like whenever I hear, I will tell you, I've heard people give it like, oh, multiple life and all that. I'm like, but the one that I think the one that really is like, you will be in jail. They call it natural life.
Right.
When they say you'll be in jail for the remainder of your natural life, I was like, whoo. Somebody life, I know, I get it, because it's like when you give them 330 years, it's just smoke and mirrors. It's like, but when you say natural life, like, nah, I ain't playing around. Bitch, you will never see the outside again. It's like, I'm going to put you in prison till you die. Like, all right.
Yeah,
all right.
like 330 years, you could get reduced or like good
something
behavior. Or
Stupid. I was like,
yeah,
you might
but
be
like,
able to get some
nah, you're
tossed or
gonna
whatever.
die. You're like,
Motherfucker's like, you're going to die in jail.
ah,
Yeah, I was like, I mean, he deserved it. Don't get me wrong, but damn, it just hit a little, as they say, hit a little different. It's like, but back to the Capitol. It's like, Yeah. Oh, that's what Dave Chappelle said. He's like they were carrying the Confederate flag in there. I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Once you break in, like I
It
don't
doesn't
really care
matter.
what you were carrying. It was like I was like, because
My,
you can
my,
go down the list and be like, hey, the swastika used to be a sign of brotherhood, and all. Actually, it still is. Isn't a sign of brotherhood or some shit like that? It's like it's just the people behind it. I was like, also, I just tell people that like, all right, you're used to second place, cool. Like you loser's flag, that's cool. Hey man, do your thing, loser.
look,
Hey, be
look,
the best loser you can be.
it all comes back to play stupid games, win stupid prize.
That's
As much as you
Which
hate it,
is so
but when it
crazy.
happens on the flip side, you're like, I like it.
Oh yeah. Oh,
You know
trust
what I
me.
mean?
But
It's-
when
it-
that chick got shot, that's the one that got me. I was like, how she don't bitch get shot? Like how? I was like, but
that seemed a little sus. You know what I mean? I'm like,
but
you kill one person.
but his thing, she was the only dumbass climbing through the window, and dude said, "Hey, you climb through that window, I'm going to shoot you."
I didn't hear that.
Oh yeah, you gotta listen to they talk because even the people around were like, I mean, they did say if she goes through the window, she gonna
Yeah,
get shot.
I
She
don't
went
care.
through that
I mean,
window and
again, if you thought that was a good idea and you were not going to get shot, you're an idiot. You know what I mean? Like, you rob a bank and there's a security guard inside
But
with
see,
a gun.
that's what made it crazy to me was that, like I said, that it was like a little cluster. It was only like 4 or 5 of them. I don't even think it was that many.
Have you ever been in like a riot
A riot?
or like a
I've been in a place where like a bunch of people were fighting, but I was
no,
able to
like
get
a?
out of it.
So I was in State College.
Y'all had a riot?
When Obama came out and was like, we got him.
Oh, you're talking
And they
about
got Osama bin Laden?
Yeah.
And I was at work and it was dead.
Where
And I
were
was
you?
like,
Where'd you work?
it was just a restaurant downtown State College. And I was like, all of a sudden, like, people were going nuts. And I was like, I gotta get out there. I gotta see what's going on.
Did you not know what happened?
No, had no clue. Had no clue.
I'm gonna
I
tell
was
you.
working, man. Had no clue. It wasn't. There was no TV. You know
See,
what I mean?
that's the white in you right there.
It was just I got work. You know what I mean? It wasn't.
No, you talking about you gotta get out there and see what's happening. I'd been like, "Fuck's going on out there? Hey, somebody look at the window."
Well, I was actually in a restaurant where it was all windows, so I could see and I could see
Oh,
people moving. I'm like, what is going on?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? Somebody's like, they just killed Osama bin Laden. I'm like, so what's this have to do with anything? So like they're like, yeah, people going crazy out there, and I was like, what? I was like,
Did
I
they
can
kill
go.
him themselves?
Yeah, so I get out there and like I go up on like the main strip of,
Uh-huh.
of like it's a circle, and one side of the circle has like a lot more of like housing and stuff. And I get up there, and there like the cops got the streets
Mhm.
blocked off.
Oh, they already blocked them off.
Yeah, I'd only ever seen that happen one other time when it was snowing so bad. It was actually a lot of fun. We had a full blown snow battle at like 2 a.m. But this time, cops had the street blocked off. Kids are like all over the streets, just going crazy. You know what I mean? Like girls up on the balconies, like you know,
What?
people out there with American flag, just like doing that thing. You know what I mean? Going like nuts. And I was like, this is not going to end well. You got a bunch of young people all hyped, but you could
Were they drunk or something? Or, you know?
no. It was like 9 o'clock, but you could just feel the static in the air. Like you could
Oh, you can
feel
it.
the
Yeah, yeah,
energy.
you're
Like
oh shit.
you know, and that energy leads to like
Did something
actually
happen?
a kid that I worked with got arrested and
For what?
caught on camera because they tipped over a telephone pole that smashed into a car, and then they flipped the car. Just
They flipped the car that got smashed.
no, a different car.
Different. Okay.
So like they did all this vandalism stuff just because it like all you know the hyped energy, and the kid like screwed his whole life up basically because he got all hyped up on the fact that Osama bin Laden got killed, America. You know what I mean? And like he wasn't even like a Republican, like the kind you would expect it from. He was just like frat boy, like woo, you know what I mean? So it's like
I was at home when that shit happened. I was like, oh, all right, go ahead, Obama.
yeah, it was like the most. It has like the record of Call of Duty played ever at one time in a night was yeah when he announced
Really?
it, yeah
Everybody wanted to pretend they were killing Osama
exactly
bin Laden.
exactly. So point was you saw a bunch of college kids get their like lives ruined because Osama bin Laden was killed. So like, I can understand being on the flip side of either of those coins. If you're at a BLM thing and it's getting hot, or if you're at a trumpet thumper and it's getting hot, you could be like, we're going in. All right, we're going in. And then you're like, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just take a selfie. And then all of a sudden you put it on. You're like, yeah, well, I got away with it. And then they're like, FBI, open up.
Exactly.
And you're like, hey, where's the picture? Don't care. like,
Like,
you know what I mean?
It was a
Like,
picture inside the place you weren't supposed
look
to
at
be.
the look at the dude who was carrying out the podium. Like,
What happened to him? I haven't heard.
oh, he put it on Instagram and he gone. But he was.
Oh, I
like-
know he about to get.
Yeah, he was
him
like.
and that guy. No, you know what's the fuck?
I mean, dude,
the funny dumb
what
one.
makes you think that was a good idea?
The guy who put his feet up on Nancy Pelosi's desk,
Oh yeah,
and he tried
he's
to.
dead.
What you mean? He got killed?
Yeah,
By who?
he like
He killed himself?
what the I never actually looked into it, but apparently he took her computer. Maybe it wasn't the same guy. No, that guy definitely died. Somebody took her computer and wound up dead. 2 people wound up dead. Murdered. Not like, oh, suicide. Like, no. They were offed.
Damn. Nancy Pelosi don't play.
I'm gonna have to look into that, but I remember.
I just remember he was defending himself, and he called in somewhere, and he was like, he said I left. He said he took her mail, but he was like, that's my mail. He was like, I pay taxes. I'm like, that's not how mail works, bro. And he was like, and he said he left 25 cents or something like that.
Yeah, he left a quarter
It was like, what?
for the postage.
You're like, what? Who told you that's how that worked?
Yeah.
Like, and then he had his.
I bought this now. It's mine.
And he was like, and then he was shooting shit. He was like, hey, by the way, I left my flag. They need to send that back to me. That's why I'm surprised he's dead.
Look,
I don't remember his name.
stupid games, stupid prizes. And here's the thing, though, too. And I was thinking about this because obviously I knew we were going to talk about this. I think we do this thing.
Hold on a second, Cat. You got something to drink? I mean, you got some stuff down here, or do I have to go back upstairs?
You got to go back upstairs.
What you got in the refrigerator? Just beers and shit?
You can open it up. Check. I got those, like, it's literally probably the exact same stuff that was there last time. Like, what my point is, okay, is like, and even with like the douche saying balls and strikes, it's just like, okay, this like gaslighting game that we're playing, you know what I mean? And it's exactly what it is. It's like people are losing their minds over, like, if you were to watch, if you're like let's just say, you know, a CNN or whatever liberal media outlet you follow, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you were to watch Fox for a week, every episode, like, you know what I mean, like that was your nightly news, if you will, and then vice versa. Like someone who's a Fox person watches, you know, CNN or whatever, like you would lose your mind. And the problem is, like, they're both saying completely opposite things. And the funny thing is, you have to watch the other person's news network to find out what your own team did that was bad. Like, who dropped the ball on your team? Because your team won't tell you who dropped the ball. You know what I mean? You got to be like, all right, well, we do. You know what I mean? So it's weird that that's how we're at the point with that. And there was somewhere else I was going to go with this before that. But the you know, what I'm getting at, though, is like, appreciate, like, okay, that's where I was going to go. Like, the tribalism piece that's involved in it, but like realistically, we all, let's just take you and me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though you've said multiple times that you don't, like, obviously you support Black Lives Matter, the sentiment, because you can't not disagree with it because you're black, right?
I got
like,
Black Lives that matter
yeah.
to me.
So obviously the saying makes sense, but you know, you didn't disagree with some of the things that they were doing. Flip side of that, same thing with the Trump people and me. It's like, look, I completely disagree with the Capitol riot. Like, that should never happen. That's ridiculous. Like, to storm a Capitol in thinking you're going to somehow make change, and let's just look at the people who are doing it. I mean, are you shocked? No. Now, the point I'm getting at, though, is the way we're fed stuff from the media and social media is everybody on the other side is just like this. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So we get this guilty by association. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how many things do you send to me because like an anti-Trump or Trump people doing something stupid? Like, this is you. Or how many times do I send you a BLM thing gone wrong? And I'm like, haha, like, gotcha. You know what I mean? We live in a gotcha culture. I even do it with my Democrat friend who is like,
That's a fact. I'm laughing.
is extremely moderate, and he does it to me too. But it's like, ha, gotcha. You know what I mean? We're all looking for that gotcha moment clip that we can send to the other person. And what's funny is, in looking for it, one's come up for us that we're like, ooh, I hope he doesn't see that one. You know what I mean? Like, if he sees that one, he's gonna send it. Yeah, he's gonna send it. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, he better not see that one. You know what I mean? So we all know though, deep down, when we're not pissed about it, like, and emotionally hyped, it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Like, everything is, in my mind, designed to keep us feuding, because then we're not really paying attention to what happened. You know what I mean? Like, or what is happening, you know? And like, for instance, you look at like Pelosi and what's going on there. There was
What's going on with her?
something she did was a week before the Keystone Pipeline got canceled, she invested a shit ton of money into a solar energy company. You know what happened right after Keystone Pipeline was
The
canceled?
solar energy company
That
came
solar
in?
energy company got a massive grant from the
so
government.
That is the
So-
government. Wait, trust me. They
Right.
That's like both sides.
Both sides do that. I'm
Do
not
that
just blaming
shit.
her, but
Yeah.
but not even Fox News was like, so Nancy Pelosi,
Oh, really?
yeah, they're just like, it was kind of just like the same thing with this Gina Carano. It was like, the 2:00 guy is like, so Nancy Pelosi, yeah, we reported it. Nobody's watching. Yeah, it's 2:00 in the afternoon. Nobody's watching. Like, you don't have like your heavy hitters
You know,
talking
5,
about
6
this.
PM,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're not having the 5, 6, 8 o'clock slot talking about this. Like, they're talking about like Black Lives Matter today, and you're like, really? That's what and then
That's all you got. Yeah.
flip side of that, CNN 8 o'clock. You're gonna have you know your boy Don Lemon be like, Trump supporters, and it's like, that's not the problem. Like,
I'm gonna tell you,
we're creating these echo chamber crazies is what we're doing, and that's how you get like these, like, and that's why I say like the far right is how they like catching up all these people who are older in the riots and the storm in the Capitol, because they have this mindset that if it's read on the internet, it's got to be true, but it's stuff that they agree with. It's not like, oh no, that's fake news. But this is stuff I want to hear. Nah, that's real. And they don't even question it. They don't even question it. Like, I got a lot of text messages during the
What?
elections, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not entertaining that. Like, really? You're sending me that right now? Like, okay. Like, people bought in to, like, the QAnon stuff, and I'm like,
You did say that. Oh,
Yeah.
your own family or just friends or something?
I'm gonna let that go. But you know what I mean? I'm just like, I got it, and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Really? And some of it I'd be even like, all right, let me entertain this for a day or two. And I entertain, I'm like, yeah, that's not real. You know what I mean? And like, any person who does any type of logic knows. But see, here's the problem. Not everybody watches the news every day. So like, for instance, I watch Ben Shapiro or listen to Ben Shapiro pretty much Monday through Friday.
Really?
Every episode.
I do.
And a lot of that is because
Why?
he does a very good job of exposing both sides, but he's very annoying, but he's also like smart. But I can
Is he the one that came up with facts? Don't care about your feelings or some shit like that. It seems like
Yes.
he would say something like that.
yes. And the point though is, you can really tell when he's pushing, like, I don't want to say propaganda because that's
narrative?
overused, but like, yeah, a narrative. Like, he's pushing a narrative to hype up his base. You know what I mean? And I'm like, all right, move on.
Oh well, see that's the other side too, because now
Both sides do that though. You can't
no,
you can't throw
you
that.
always do. But I'm saying I see the love and admiration for Kamala, and it's still because it's in his. But I told you, shit. I think we talked about this months ago. We talked about this before she was even thought about it. I was like, I thought Kamala was going. I thought she would have been able to withstand. And after like, I don't know how long it was, but it seemed like 3 months. That I was maybe the 3 months I paid attention to her, and she was out of there. And it was like, damn, we still got like a year and some change left. They got your ass out of there. And everybody was hating on her. Everybody hated her and blah blah. And I was like, wait. But you should hear it now because it's like Kamala Harris, the first Indian. Goddamn, what is it? I think her dad's Haitian or some shit. But it's like first this and this. She went to an HBCU. She did this. She's a part of this this like historic fraternity from the HBCU.
She listens to Snoop Dogg and Ja Rule.
It was like I wish
back in 1989.
It was like, yeah, when she was in school, it was like Snoop was like, he was like 14 at the time, or 13 or something like that. I was like, you're
He was in middle school.
like you got like a decade on him, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it was just funny because everybody was like, ain't nobody give a shit about her personal life. She's married to a white guy. I remember that was the thing. They were like, she ain't even married to a brother. Look at her, fucking blah, blah, blah. And then
Did you ever see that thing about all the liberals who are like a person of color and
What?
they're all married to white men? Like,
nah.
Now you never seen that? It's like
Nah.
it's like a
I know it's
it's like a
wouldn't doubt it.
poster of like it's like Don Lemon's on there and he's got a white dude.
I was just about to say he's
Yeah.
got a white husband.
It's Kamala Harris on there, white dude, and it's like I think it's even what's old boy's name with the comb over? Anderson Cooper, white dude. It's like all these people.
Well, Anderson Cooper is white.
I know, but the
Oh.
point is they're always like shit talking white people or this that and the
Oh,
other.
yeah,
and it's
they all
like
married,
oh,
yeah,
white
yeah.
person,
Oh,
white,
yeah, yeah,
and they're like, oh, we hate white men. White men is who they're married to. It's like, wait a minute.
Well, Kamala she just jumped on the train. She knew better. I was like, cause everybody was like, she was a prosecutor who put people in jail, blah blah. And I was like, and that's why I thought that
The prison system thing, keeping people in there,
I
labor.
I
mean,
thought
that's as
she
crooked
was
as
gonna
crooked.
be. I thought that's why I thought she would be like liked on the Republican side, but I'm gonna tell you, Trump had too much steam going for her to even matter at that point. I was like, but I just remember actually she never even really got it. I think this is how you know she wasn't a problem. He didn't even really talk about it. When she came around, he was like she didn't even have money. She ran out of money.
Yeah, she's an idiot.
Yeah, no, I don't even think he went that mean. He was just like, she's a loser. So what? And like moved on. Like it wasn't even a whole thing.
She didn't even get like enough support from her own state.
That's what I'm
because
saying.
they didn't like her. They're
She
like,
didn't get-
yeah, she's dumb. Like,
Oh, but I'm laughing because when you sent me that video of the guy, I was like, yeah, that's what I was like. Yeah, I heard this like a year ago.
oh no, I knew it was old. I've heard it before
No.
too.
What he's talking, I'm thinking his thing was old. I'm saying all the stuff he
Because
was
that was
saying.
a Breakfast Club, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying, yeah, that was like a maybe a year and some change. Like when they thought she had a chance, like her first few months. That's why I really found out about it.
Yeah, that's when that came out then.
Yeah, but that's why when you said it, I was like, I already saw this. I was like, yeah, I already know. I never seen this guy, but I already know. But it's just funny because I was like, to hear all the love and was it adulation and all the, oh man, the sister, yeah, we got a black vice president. I'm like, but we got a black president. I was like, but all right, it was half. He looked black. I was like, but they were like, yeah, we got a black vice president and she's a woman. I'm like, y'all realize y'all didn't vote for her to actually make her the president. Like, you could have had a black vice president woman. And it's like, and you chose not to because you hated her because she had a white husband. You know, and she was the prosecutor. And y'all, it's like, but it was just so funny because after that, because like I said, that interview was old. After that interview, where she did slip up and say Snoop Dogg, and I think she said Dr. Dre or some shit like that, and she was smiling. Everybody was like, "This bitch has put people in jail for the same thing she's laughing about." And it was like, "Ooh, shit! All right." I did a little bit of research on her, but before I could really dive into her and like figure, she was gone. I was like, well, she ain't even looking at her. I was like,
Yeah.
just let her go back to California and do what the fuck she was doing.
She was
And
the right sex and the right color skin.
Oh man,
That's all it was.
that she was because well, no, they were pressuring Joe Biden. Like, hey, old white man, you better get somebody of color in this motherfucking seat. And he was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he was, I was
Who you want?
and it was like, we just remember Kamala. Nobody really else. I was like, I don't remember anybody. It's like some Democratic veteran chick that I see both sides kind of like a little bit. She's like an actual
Oh.
veteran.
Tulsi Gabbard.
No, that's the crazy chick, ain't it?
No,
No, that's Marjorie something.
Marjorie Green.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tulsi, is it Tulsi?
Yeah,
Gabbard?
Tulsi Gabbard. She was the senator for.
But isn't she a Democrat?
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah, I would say I'm saying both sides like it.
Yeah,
Like
I love her.
I've seen her
I wish she would be
in
president right now.
in a positive light on like a conservative guy's thing, and then a Democratic guy. I was like, oh,
Because she makes sense. Like, and that's always been my
I've
touting
never
point.
heard
Is like, look, we got to get over this
There's
left
another chick who
versus
got
right.
shot in the face
Huh?
named Tosi.
Yeah, that was
She got like literally shot in the fucking head.
no Tulsi Gabbard. I don't think did.
No, not her. But I was like, the name is it's like something like that. It's like Tosa. The first name, something like that. I just know she got shot in the head. I think Gabbard is her last name. I might be completely wrong, but I remember when Obama was in office, she had got shot in the head in some. It was like a shooting. Like they were trying to take her out, and they literally shot her in the head. She was like a senator or something like that, and she came back, and I was like, oh shit. You got shot in the fucking head. Like, you lived?
I don't know.
Hair's all short. It was a big thing back then, I remember.
I want to Google that.
But I was like, Tulsi Gabbard, because she's kind of a young chick, ain't she? She ain't that
Good
old.
looking too.
I think I've seen her face. I ain't seen the body, so I wait till I
Touche,
see the body.
touche. But you can usually tell by the face. I'm like, okay,
Nah, I've been mm-mm.
you've punked.
I've been bamboozled too many times. I go, damn, that's a pretty face. Damn, flat as a board. Oh, damn, that's a pretty face. Hiding a big ass body. God damn, how you do that? There's a couple of chicks on fucking TikTok.
You got a good filter.
There's a couple of chicks on TikTok where their face looks slim, and then they pull back, and I was like, damn, you're a catfish or some bitch. I appreciate it, though.
Yep. My point though is, again, got to get away from that split narrative. People gotta, and I think people are super hungry for alternative media sources. That's why I told my buddy yesterday. I was like, dude, if we start a news fucking thing right now, because he's like moderate, I'm moderate. You know,
You are not moderate. Shut your lie.
I'm pretty moderate. You know.
You're as moderate as I am, as you say.
I think you're pretty moderate. You just get caught up on POC stuff.
Well, I am.
I know. It makes sense. I'm not dogging
You
you
do
for it.
too. It's just your POCs look more like you.
No. I get caught up on the victimization of anybody, as I always have. I've always said that. I've been consistent, as you know.
What I like? You know what I like? Is we both believe certain things about ourselves. That's like, because there's been sometimes.
Actually, I wanted to talk to you about this.
What? Oh, that's going to bring my other point I had about you. A little bone I had to pick with you.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on a second. Was there anything we else had to say about the Capitol riots? Because, I mean,
No, not really. And we can
for
skip
the record,
riots.
I never disagreed with you.
What's
My whole point
What's
was
the third one say?
Biden's first few weeks.
That's when I just threw that in there for you.
Yeah, I mean, I would say this kind of goes on the line of what I've been just saying is like, okay, you got Chris Cuomo, who they finally threw under the bus, who was, they gave him an Emmy? You gave a governor an Emmy?
Why they give him an
And
Emmy?
I also love,
Wait, why'd they give him
because
an
of
Emmy?
his book and how he handled COVID, and they're like, oh, he covered up all these deaths, and
Wait,
now he's
but
trying to date.
Emmy is for TV and shit.
I want to say it was an Emmy.
Wouldn't it be his brother, the one who was on TV?
No, it was Cuomo, Governor Cuomo. I'm 95% sure it's an Emmy.
But he didn't do
Look it up.
nothing. He didn't do nothing to get an Emmy for. Like, Emmy is for like TV and.
You gonna make me Google? What's his name?
Emmy. Yeah, you said Como. I know there's two of them. There's a Chris and I don't know.
Andrew
the other.
Cuomo.
Andrew, yeah.
New York State legislature asked wrong group to rescind Governor Cuomo's Emmy. He got an Emmy.
But I'm it's baffling my mind because I'm like
Celebrity statute Oh, celebrity salute to Andrew Cuomo at Emmy ceremony draws mockery 4 days ago. So that's definitely since everything's been coming out. So yeah, now all of a sudden the left is like putting him up as a sacrificial lamb, which is hilarious because
Didn't
they
he just threaten
always
somebody?
yes,
He threatened some Asian dude, right?
yes, and he didn't just do it; he did it a while ago, and it's just coming out where he's like, no, it's real, like because about like.
But he got that attitude. Didn't
What's
he tried to fight
hilarious though too
somebody.
is they're trying to cover it up with Trump shit to be like, "Whoa, I had to because Trump was going to open a federal investigation." It's like, well, that
It's
doesn't,
him.
yeah, against New York. It's like, well, that doesn't still justify that.
Did he tell somebody he could destroy him or some shit? I saw a couple.
He said he was going to destroy the Asian guy if he like leaked and said the truth. Point being is this was the golden child of the left about all
about
this
how
stuff,
he handled
COVID, and now, and that's what again I go back to the whole thing. The left is self-destructive because of how, again, who's the biggest victim? If you're not on the top, like feminism. The same thing with like I told you, was it Frederick Douglass and Margaret Thatcher? I think it was, and
Oh yeah.
feminism. They're working together, and the second black men could actually vote before white women, and she called him the N-word, and right after. That was an old thing back in the 1920s. Anyway.
Oh, I know. I'm the one that told you that she was racist.
Yeah, you did. Actually, you did. Point taken. That was like a year ago. He told me that. And I read it. It's true. So, point being is it's self-destructive because if you're not at the top of that totem pole or you ride the bandwagon to get your whatever it is you want and you don't get it, you fall off the ladder. It's like Donkey Kong. You know what I mean? And it's just there's too many people who have too many wants or too many agendas.
Well, the Republican Party was that way too, but
it is because I don't see it.
No. In these last 4 years, Trump, how can I put it, in the nicest way possible, I'm saying is, he became kind of the dictator of the Republican Party. What I mean is like they basically
Don't use
listen,
the word dictator.
Listen. I said the nicest way possible. He's basically,
That's not very nice.
but he's unified them through force though.
Kind of.
Nah, he unified through force.
How?
Because if you didn't do what he said, he was gonna shit on you. And with Trump's big fucking following and his popularity, if you didn't back him, you were gonna get fucked. And it's like listen, the people he didn't like, they got fucked. He made sure to put them on that goddamn blacklist. And it's like, and the people he liked, what happened? They were able to sit in their power, because now he's shitting on McConnell.
He's always shit on McConnell.
But I'm saying
He didn't get fucked.
No. McConnell was fully backing him, but then McConnell stepped up.
McConnell never really fully backed him, bro.
He never fully went against him either. He made sure to say enough right things to have Trump not talk about him too much. Trump talked about him in the past, but he really hasn't shitted on him like he would have in the past. But now that Trump is out of there and McConnell was shitting on Trump extra heavy to kind of, get the blame off of him, now Trump is in full
again
McConnell
though,
mode.
like this is again people on the left ask the wrong question. They blame it on Trump.
No.
They blame it on Trump. They don't ask why Trump.
Hold on, I wasn't finished.
All right, keep going.
I'm saying he actually, weirdly, he unified, like, the way he did it may have not been the most diplomatic way of doing it, but it got everybody like, hey, this is our guy. This is what we're doing. This is how we're gonna rock and roll right now. It's like on the other side, after Obama left, and then they got smashed with Hillary, and then they were like, oh fuck, it was literally like the lights cut on and the roaches went everywhere or whatever, because it was like, fuck, what do we do? And it was like, and then you got like AOC is like, fuck Pelosi and all them, and we need to start the new shit. And then you got other people over here like, oh, well, we need to do this. And it's like it fractured. And Republicans were like that when they lost twice to Obama. They fractured too. Everybody gets like that. But Trump, I was like, I don't know if that's what. I don't know if Trump won because he definitely, I'm telling you, I watched it because it was like all those people, I don't believe they love Trump, but I believe they fell in line. And
Why do you think Trump won?
why do I think Trump won the first time? We already talked about that.
Well, he only won once.
That's what. Well, yeah. I was like, but we already talked. I was like, he talked to the people who felt like they were underserved, overlooked, all that. Even though they were underserved and overlooked by their own party, just like the Democrats, they were they're underlooked and overserved, but yet they still follow whatever. I was like, but he was able to tap in that, and he's a great marketer. As much as you can hate him, as much as you dislike him, he knows how to market himself. He said, I was like, and then like you said, him and his wife got something in common. They both plagiarized, speeches because "Make America Great Again" was not the first time that "Make America Great Again" came around.
You can't say that, bro. You see Joe Biden's speech? It was
Oh, no,
straight
no.
rip off of JFK.
Sir.
The children playing in the park, and then they
Listen.
showed JFK. The children playing in the park, and he's like
you
swinging on the swing set, and then JFK's like swinging on the swing set. It's like verbatim. They show
Until I
it. They
see
show it.
positive-
JFK right next to Biden. It's
Well,
like,
first of all,
rip off.
let me. I should say,
and that motherfucker's been plagiarizing since the '80s.
I should say he
Lying
stole
about
he
test
stole-
scores and
He
shit,
stole the
college
statement.
places. Come
First
on.
of all, it was like Trump same thing.
Well, you can't
I was
take the
like,
low
but-
blow when you know your boy's been like, whew.
No, that's not my boy. I've been told you.
I'm just saying that's
I was
that's
like,
that's one
see,
of those
the
left
difference-
hooks that I wouldn't throw because I'd be like, that's gonna bite me. Whoop.
No. But I would. I'm not. You haven't one time heard me defend Biden.
Hey, which leverage you pull?
Yeah, I voted for Biden.
That's your boy.
Okay, then Trump was
That's
your
your
boy,
dog.
even through the fucked up shit. But you didn't. You don't claim him like that. You still defend yourself when he says and does dumb shit. You still
I don't
defend.
defend myself. I think he's an asshole or stupid shit. Like, hey,
But that's what I'm saying about Biden. I told
balls
you.
and strikes.
I
baby.
told.
balls and strikes.
Still don't make sense. But again, like
All
I
makes
told
perfect
you,
sense. You just don't like it.
because it's not a good one. That's like your brother-in-law. Hey man, much
hey,
like to him, much whatever. It just wasn't good. Facts don't care about your feelings is a good one. It's
That's a
like,
good one.
facts over feelings, that's a good one. Balls and straight. You have to explain it. Facts don't care about your feelings. You ain't gotta explain it. Balls and straight is just like, what? Huh?
That's pretty
Even
straightforward.
even play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
How's the ball? Okay, if you can get that one and you don't get balls and strikes,
Yeah, I understand. Not liking something doesn't mean you don't get it. Balls and strikes is just like, you got to explain it. You've explained it to me. I still don't like it. I'm just telling you, I don't like the phrase. It doesn't mean that what it means doesn't make sense.
because
It's
you're black, you don't like baseball.
No, because baseball is boring.
Exactly.
Well, why would you defend boring?
Because I play baseball, I like it a lot.
Oh, well, see, there you go. I don't like baseball. It's like,
What were we talking about?
because you keep
off the
interrupting me,
rails.
son, bitch. But I was saying, I was trying to
This
tell
is
you.
Black History Month.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't even let me finish. Like I said, you guys were able to unify these last 4 years. So even though he didn't win, the structure is kind of splintering here and there because people don't want to be.
Why they unify?
Why? Look, I don't know. That's a you question. I was like, I'm telling you right now, I see. Because you were talking about it. You were like the Democratic Party is all over the place. I was like, yeah, but that's exactly where the Republican Party was not too long ago. It was like
Also,
because who was the guy? Who was the guy besides Trump? Who was the leader? Everybody wasn't saying the same thing besides the old adage, pull yourself by your bootstraps bullshit. Blah blah. Welfare, this that. Besides those same,
what do you mean? Who was
Statements.
the welfare? John McCain.
that was I know
That
what
was
you're
the
talking
guy.
about. Yeah, that's like because his daughter's like on the View
Yeah.
or something. That was so fucking.
It just hit me. I'm sorry. I had
I
to say
know
it.
it just hit you.
I
was just
apologize.
like, I was
John
like,
McCain.
Yeah, just in the middle of everything. Like, what?
I apologize. So
But
I
I'm
know what
telling
you're
you,
saying because
I
there
was
was
like-
no like clear front runner.
I was like, but even with Biden, there's still because everybody was like, because again, Biden like came in the last second. And was like, yeah, I got this.
No. He didn't come in last second. He
Not last second,
he
but
wanted to front run for a long time. He's just the
he was. It seemed
he's the old dog horse race that got overturned and overlooked, and they're like,
and then it was like,
we ain't
yeah.
got no other horses, bro.
But that's what I'm saying.
You know
So
what I mean?
that's why I'm saying right now what you're seeing with Biden's actually gonna have to prove himself. He's gonna have to really prove
He's
himself
doing a great job so far.
to make up for all the dumb shit he said, all the dumb shit he's done. I was like, exactly. So I'm telling you right now, Biden will be a one-term
Fuck.
president.
You know what that reminds me, bro?
I wish you would let me finish, you son of a bitch.
I apologize. Go ahead. You finish.
God damn. I'm basically agreeing with your son of a bitch ass.
Kind of, yeah.
No, it's not kind of. I'm telling you, under Biden, there's no unified front to back him. That's why you're seeing all these kind of different things. That's why you said that you saw the LGBT or gay people, if you
Elemental
will.
P.
Gay people
Dave Chappelle said not me.
go more Trump and stuff like that, right? It's like, because I'm gonna tell you, whether it is or it isn't, it seemed under Trump there was a unified thing. Like there was a plan. This is what we got. This is their guy. This is our guy. This is what we're running with. We believe in him. I'm pretty sure a lot of politicians who he kicked their ass didn't believe in him, but they said it and they told the line to make sure everything was good. But by doing that, it made it look unified. With with Biden winning, it's not unified. It's just like, we wanted Trump out. We'll come together to vote for you, but we don't really believe in you. And that's why it's funny. And I see a lot of people.
Blue no matter who.
I was like,
Anyone but Trump. You got all the
I don't know.
buzzword phrases.
I would say blue no matter. Well, maybe you can say blue no matter who, but it's really anybody but Trump. That one I give you. Anybody but Trump. It was like, so that is where I'm like, I saw, and again, my opinion, it kind of was done through like, a fucking fist, like by force, like, hey. And I'm not talking about like he kicked people's ass. Obviously, I don't think he kicked anybody's ass. But I'm saying it's like, hey, you want that political career, bitch? You want this backing, or you want to be lacking, and I'll make somebody else the number one in your goddamn state, or you know what I'm saying, something like that. It was like, and it was known. He fucking was like, I'm firing people, I'm hiring people, I'm putting you in position. You better do what I say. You better do what I say. Now, that's not to say that every president doesn't do that. Like, hey, you got to follow the line.
Obama was real good at that.
But Trump is louder. That's the problem.
I agree.
Trump is loud while he
Trump
does it.
was his own worst enemy.
Yeah,
that's why I told you just in the beginning of this show,
Yeah,
if they
that's
would
why
have
I
banned
know.
him on Twitter from day one, he got reelected. No problem. Because he couldn't have said shit.
Well, no, I was saying he'd been able to use that as a stepping stone. Like, look what they're doing to me.
Again, he
Yeah.
was his own worst enemy.
Oh, we've been saying that for years.
If he, and you even see it with Biden now, because how often Biden talk to the media? Hardly ever. You know why? Because he says dumb shit.
Well, correction. He might hardly ever, but every time I see him say something, I see your people on there like, look what he said. And I'm like, I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Well, I mean, because it said some fucked up shit.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, hey, you're right. It was fucked up.
Because, you know, this is where I was going with this, Mike. I didn't
This is
realize that
anybody
you
but
didn't
Trump.
know how to sign up for COVID vaccines because you were black and you don't know how to
Was
use
he
the
talking about? I
internet.
thought he was talking about voting.
No, COVID vaccines. You don't know how to get on the internet to sign up for COVID vaccines because you are black and you are from a city or rural area. So that means
A city of
basically black or, in general.
What? You said a city of where?
I just want to get on the internet so we can sign you up for a COVID vaccine.
I'm okay. I was like, I'll take it when
I
it's
was like,
available.
that just happened like 2 days ago. I was like, oh, I can't wait to see Mike on Friday to bring that up.
I thought he did that last month.
It just came out and hit all the news platforms, so it had to just happen. But like basically,
Oh, man, last week, I mean.
he
last
does
week, yeah.
any type of news conference like that. And it's like, okay,
He needs a writer. He needs Obama's writer. He needs whoever wrote for Obama.
And he has who wrote for Obama,
That's not good, Dan.
and that's why that guy's fired because he was plagiarizing speeches. So
Or maybe he was like, man, this guy sucks. I just got to put something that already works in it.
that's why the shit that he says is that's why I don't let him go on TV. They're like, even Jen Psaki, the fucking press, the
new one?
the
Yeah.
new one. She's like, look.
Yeah, I was like,
The other day
who
she
was
just came
that-
out.
who was
She's like, look, it's fine. You don't know what he's gonna say, okay?
Wait,
Like,
who
give
was-
me a break.
Who was the chick from the last few months of Trump's thing?
Oh, she was.
Was he 6? She was. I don't even think she had 6 months in before it was all done.
Oh,
right?
she had to have because
Was it 6 months?
it was.
I don't think it was 6 months.
Yeah, it was because
was fresh, though.
last.
It wasn't a year. I can tell you that.
No, it wasn't a year because last May I was driving home from turkey hunting I didn't want to say that because I needed to be a dick about it. I was like, what can I say? And I was like, that's what I was doing. All right, fuck
He's
it.
like, ah, fuck, I gotta say it.
I gotta say. I was driving home from turkey hunting and I listened to whatever her name was.
Ben Shapiro,
No, Megan McConnell. Is that her name?
Megan McConnell. Something Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, why did I say that?
Why did you say
No, the
Megan?
blonde chick. Trump's blonde chick. Press secretary.
Oh, I don't know. I forgot her name.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I know she was. I was like, because everybody,
And she was on then.
everybody
and
was
she
like,
was-
God damn.
Well, and she had just hit the scene
where, the,
because she was destroying.
where did she go?
She
I
was
like, 'cause
destroying the
she needs to
reporters
be-
on COVID because she was like, just like a savage.
I'm
dude.
telling you right now, if I was, what's the chick name? Tulsi
Tulsi
Gabbard.
Gabbard.
I'd be like, hey, shh, hey, shh, cuckoo. Like, check this out. Like in 2024,
We going for
I'm
this.
running. What you talking about? Hey, I know you don't get it, but you know I ain't really down with all the Democratic shit. I get down with some Republican shit. Hey, you know they love me both.
She's
I'm gonna keep
moderate.
the same. I was like,
That's
I
the whole point.
Hey,
Moderate.
I'm gonna keep this chip going for the next 4 years. What you talking about? Because I need somebody strong. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I want her to help me when I argue with my wife. Not that I can't win, just so she understands and I ain't gotta explain myself no more.
But here's my point.
that motherfucker was cold.
She was moderate. That's why people like her. And my point with Biden is, look,
He's a one-term president, man. Come on,
for sure,
not even a question.
not even question. Yeah, he in out. He's not getting reelected. Not a chance in the world.
He's gonna say something, and then he's gonna.
Oh,
do
he's already
something.
said something.
No, I'm
he
saying
said enough.
Correction. He's gonna say enough things, and he's gonna do things, and people are gonna be like, because he already, because I already saw it on, I forgot. They were like, Biden's already helping out the rich and this, that, and the third, and something else
Bro,
he did. Something
The
else.
people he
did.
elected, like in his office.
Oh yeah, they were
cabinet?
like.
Woo!
It was like they were like he stopped listening immediately. I was like, and remember that TikTok we saw?
It was all white people, and then that's why the Black Caucus was bitching because they're like, "Hey man, thought you were gonna help us." All these white people. He's like, "Fuck." And then like next week it was like black person, Mexican, woman. But like the first like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, it was all old white dudes. It was like,
Has it been a month yet?
yeah, it's February, whatever. It's past a month.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, no, what is it? January something? Yeah, you're right. It has been a month. But that's why I'm like, now, one, I want to see how people regroup and what happens in the next year or two. Like, what's going to be the talk points where they're going to say now. I was like, obviously the storm in the Capitol is going to be for the next, who knows. And
The rest of our lifetime.
it should be.
Look,
But
I don't disagree, but nobody's talking about the trying to burn down some cops. My point is,
not anymore.
no, not anymore.
Hey man, they have 4 years, baby.
Oh, but they bail people out of jail for that.
Hey, they threw them people in jail.
Look, my point is, you gotta get back to the middle. I've been saying that for a while.
Wow, that's not happening.
I know, but it needs to.
Ain't
Like,
no money in the
if
middle.
you had, that's true. That's very true, because it's too logical. And here's the thing too, like, even with what Pelosi did with that solar deal, it's like, okay, if your constituents are paying you or donating money for your campaign, basically paying you, like, do you think you're not going to get a sales pitch while you're sitting there around? So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Why do you think they're buying so hard into this, that, and the other? Like this, that, and the third. Like, do you know that the big oil companies also have the biggest amount of investments in solar, in green energy?
Oh, I
Like,
don't doubt it.
they got the markets played. It has nothing to do with, they don't give a fuck which way the tide turns. Like, they got the cards stacked.
But I was gonna say that's like
But they try to demonize it and this,
Yeah.
that, you know what I mean? Like, they're playing both sides.
But that's the politician game, because remember I
Oh,
told you,
sure.
like, motherfuckers argue, yell, this,
Rabble.
and then hey, dinner,
Mhm.
hey, you want to grab a couple drinks? All right, cool.
Oh, well, fuck with you.
It'd be like, hey, you liberal so much. What you want? You want me to pay, don't you? Yeah.
You get them hoes? You get them hoes? Okay, let's go.
Exactly.
Room
Like,
495.
hey, did you get that check? You got that bonus check?
Oh.
Did that lobby hit you up? Oh shit, that lobby is all right. Come on, let's go. You buy it.
That's why I sent you that
Which one?
that thing today about Biden in the $2,000 check, and the guy
What you
singing
send me?
is black dude singing about the $2,000
Oh
check.
yeah.
Because like, and then like it was funny because I just seen a highlight clip of him talking about like, you decide Warnock and whoever the other guy is $2,000 checks, and they're like $2,000 checks, 2,000 checks coming your way first week, $2,000 checks, 2,000 first week, $2,000 checks, and we're gonna get you $2,000 checks. Hey, bro, it's been a month. Yeah, you get no $2,000 check.
Oh, man, listen, they slowed up.
She gone.
They slowed up on the time period. They went down on the money. I was like, whoa, what happened? They got them $600 checks out pretty quick. And them $1,400 checks came right behind that. The fuck y'all doing?
Well, what's funny is how quickly they redefined also COVID cases.
No, yeah,
That happened in like week 2.
sir.
And then all of a sudden, all
Trump
these companies
is
came
the
out.
reason for the Wuhan. No,
I'm not gonna lie, he didn't get any help. They were like, "Hey, we gotta get rid of this guy. What do we need? COVID." He's gone. They're like, "Okay, now we need this shit to go away because
you know my dad got the vaccine.
we're not gonna get reelected." Oh, I know people got the vaccine.
You do? I was like, my dad got. He said, "Got to go." Well, now I don't know because everything's been fucked off in Texas for the last week or so, which is gonna, postpone and fuck some other shit off. But it's like on March 5th, you gotta get the second. There's 2. I didn't know there was 2
Yeah.
parts to it. I was like,
Yeah.
really? He's like, yeah. He said he felt a little bad, a little weary, like Friday night and Saturday day, and then that night he felt better. I was like, yeah. Really? He's like, yeah. I was like, all right. I was like,
My
well,
friend got round 1. I'm like, "You gonna turn into a zombie?
What?
I'm gonna
Is-
shoot you in the motherfucking head."
He's young. Well, he's somebody your age.
He's a Demopus.
How was he able to get it? He's got something going wrong?
I don't know.
Because I was like, it's like people who are getting it now, like, you got to have some type of issue. I was like,
Yeah, you got to either be black or
is that
old white.
right? Black? Is he not sure? Old black or old white? That might be more of the situation.
Nope,
Just black?
just black.
Because I don't remember getting it. And my wife.
Oh, you could
got it.
totally get it.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, you could be like, "Hey, I'm black."
Uh-huh.
Now you live in Maryland, in your area. There's a lot of them. But if you were up here, they'd be like, "Oh, you're black. Come front of the line. Front of the line."
Well, no, that's white people. So I don't know what the fuck you talking about now.
So I'm just trying to get you moved to Pennsylvania. That's all.
No. It's like,
Yeah,
but-
you know.
well, it depends.
Yeah,
Some money-
see?
All right, look.
You talking about that check?
Yeah, I was like, what we talking about now? We talking about money. We talk. Stupid ass. Go ahead. He was saying some shit.
Well, the Proud Boy snitching thing. I mean,
That was just a funny one to me.
I-
Because he was a government informant and he tried to play it off. And then, but the
what
funny
did
shit-
he do to make him a government informant? You know what I mean?
Oh, he was.
Is that the Mexican dude?
Yeah, the one.
Yeah.
He's the head of it.
Yeah.
Um,
You should have seen that coming.
I'm be honest. I didn't see government informant on.
I didn't see it either, but I'm like, what is Swole Chalupa doing running the
Oh,
the 2021 KKK?
hey man, listen.
You know what I mean?
Especially when it's a bunch of predominantly white guys. Like, how you get up to the top? Like, boy, you must have said and done some shit that. Oh,
Well, somehow he still got up to the top. It's not like they just pushed him to the top.
no, that's what I'm saying. That's what because they went
he was
quiet.
deep in that.
They went quiet, and then.
But
like,
even even so, being an informant, he was like trying to redefine
what?
the group.
Yeah, well, he was trying.
Yeah, right, exactly.
But it was funny because he got in trouble back in like it was some years ago. He basically was a part of like a fraud case or some shit.
I was
like
gonna say it sounds like some Jesse Pinkman shit. Like,
Oh,
hey, bitch,
that was I remember.
you gonna join the Klan tomorrow? And he's like, what? I'm Mexican. They're like,
No,
trust us.
he did it, and they said he was an integral part in putting away a bunch of people that had to do because it's like it had to do with different crimes. It wasn't even just like he got caught up on a fraud case, and then they used him because I was like, oh, so he was a criminal who knew other criminals who now was against criminals. I got you. I see how it works. It was like because it was like they were like, yeah, he got. I was like, because that's what I saw. I'm like, how the fuck you get involved? I'm like, it wasn't like he was like was he a paid snitch? Like, no, he got in trouble and he flipped. And he even tried to say it. He was like, "Oh, I just helped out a couple people. I don't know what they're talking about." And they were like, and "It's funny because the prosecutor was like, sir, that's a lie. We have actual documents showing the multiple cases that you were very much a big part of and getting these people put in jail. Hey, everybody, this guy put people in jail. He's a real good guy." And it was funny because I guess his people didn't know. Well, yeah, they're not going to tell. I was like, they're not supposed to tell. I was like, but his people just found out, and we were like, "Wait, what?" He was like, nah, come on, baby, not me. Baby, come on, nah. They lying. Don't even lie to. And it was like, but it was funny because it's like, there was a snitch, and it was like, snitch. All of a sudden, Proud Boys have issues, and they're getting arrested and treated badly. Coincidence?
Again, I just want to bring up for all, anybody who's still listening,
I know,
and
right?
you made it this far. Guilty by association. I am not a Proud Boy supporter. He just says that because I'm fucking white.
No,
okay?
I said because he's conservative. If he was black, it wouldn't hit as hard. But him being white,
It wouldn't hit
it
at all if I was black. They'd be like, yeah, you know,
I
Proud
think
Boy.
they had like 1 or 2 black in there, didn't they?
I don't believe that.
I think they did because that's why they brought him in. They were trying to, change the look
Maybe.
for at least camera sake.
Like,
But you should have seen the fucking. They had a tank.
I will say this: when whoever was the main guy,
You talking about Gavin McGinnis in the beginning?
yeah, McGinnis, when he was and started it, I understand it. Like, white dudes who are young, who feel like they're losing their identity in this world, I get it. Look, I do get it. I do get it. I'm the most easy thing to cancel right now. You're losing ground, but you're still up there. You're still at the top of the pole, but it's going down. I mean,
Right.
after this month, it's really going down. You know what I mean? You get 28 days a year. Okay, I don't want to tell you.
Ain't that a bitch?
Oh, it does like, and you know what? The whole month's been covered by snow. So either way, it's whitewashed. Okay. So
Also, don't forget COVID.
yeah. Well, that's everybody, but
No, I was like, but it's funny because somebody you sent me something and then somebody else sent me something. They were like, "Look at what Morgan Freeman said." I said, "Yeah, he said that years ago." I told.
oh
him
yeah, no, I knew he said it.
Yeah,
He said that. I said that you back when we worked at Fastenal.
But
I was like,
yeah, I was like, yeah.
Morgan Freeman. I was like, Mike, come watch this.
I was like, but then I listened. I was like, oh, well, yeah, he's saying the shit that I've already said and agree with. It's American history.
And here's what's messed up. And I really do think black people are starting to catch on. That
I don't like when you say that. Go ahead. Because I know it's not going to be something. And I'm like, yeah.
no, I think you'll be like, yeah. I think black people are starting to catch on that this whole like liberal BS stuff is like actually super racist, and you're like, wait a minute.
I've said this by the way. I've said this before on this podcast and other episodes.
I never said you didn't say it.
No,
I'm
just
saying
letting
I
people
think
know.
other
Yeah.
black people like I'm starting to see like I don't want to say more black conservatives because they're not like Trump. They're just like, hey man, this is fucked up. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, I know. I've been saying that for a while.
I'm telling you right now, my dad, my uncles, older black men I know, they been saying it for 35, so since I was small. I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about initially. It was like, but, because I tell people all the time, they're like, oh, welfare, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, well, I don't know if you guys know this, but it's not, we're not the majority on welfare. And they're like, but, I was like, here goes to the meat. See, it's funny because when I hear like
Self-destructive.
like
I know where you're going with this.
like
Self-destructive.
like you, white guy, or other white guys,
you mean
like
you.
white because you people. But I see, and they're like
thank
the
you.
liberal media, and it is funny because I hear the liberal media, the liberal guy, blah blah, and it's so funny because in my head I'm like, Hey, I hate to break this to you, but I just been told white people. And I was like, I told somebody, they were like, what? I think I said it to you once, and now, but I said it to this one white guy. He was like, yeah, the liberals. I was like, yeah, I was raised. I just told it was white people. It had nothing to do with what party. It was just white people. And they were
White
like,
people what?
just like when it comes to, they were like, the liberal media. I was like, yeah, it's just white people talking shit about us. So that's how I was seen. It wasn't seen as liberal white people or conservative white people. It was just white people. I was like, I get where you're going. I was like, but you understand, if it's like we take the politics out, it's like, especially if people know about up north and down south, like they're both fucking racist. I was like, like that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, you want me to say they're more racist than you? Well, you had Jim Crow and they had slavery religion. It was like,
Yes.
but guess what? They both fucking suck. It was like, and we remember that shit.
That's why I told you about that movie Abraham Lincoln.
What do you mean?
With the guy who played in Last of the Mohicans. He was in Gangs New York. I don't remember his name. He's like a...
Talking about Johnny Depp?
No, not Johnny Depp. Anyway, he played Abraham Lincoln, and the whole movie's about...
Oh, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Thank you. He was working on getting the 13th Amendment passed.
Mm-hmm.
And how hard it was for him to get it passed. Because Republicans were like, nah, stupid. Because they could have ended the war. It could have been over with, this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
And Lincoln wouldn't let him actually end the war. He's like, we're not ending the war unless you pass this. And that's how they got it passed. And then they're like, hey, we're going to kill you now. Basically is what happened. Like, Lincoln was like, I know we can, like, he knew he could have ended the war months prior to this. And they were like, and they were like, he's like, no, I'm not in the war.
I've always heard something that I've never done the research on myself to like fact check it, but it was like I would have to actually go and get books or something. I would have to see it somewhere where people like you say with the black Israelites or whatever, they were like, hey man, you know Abraham Lincoln didn't really fucking care about black people, right?
No, he didn't.
They were like, he was like, if he could totally do that without.
That's why, again, I go back to the whitewashing thing and Civil War.
About history, yeah.
About how they literally threw that in. You know, the Civil War ended like what 2 months later after the 13th Amendment passed. So it was like it was a Hail Mary.
And the 13th Amendment is not a good thing now for people who go to prison because they just put you right back in slavery. But now it's everybody.
True.
But the large population is black. You know all that. Either way. We gotta get to these other topics before we get out of here.
Yeah, there was something you wanted to bring up. I mean, we pretty much hit that. We hit that.
I was gonna say to go back. I was like, one thing that every now and then, Steve.
We'll talk about these some other time.
I can't even see them. Oh yeah, the girls. Damn, that's it. I mean,
don't hit it. Don't hit it.
No, I'm saying we talked about the topic. You know, these are just specific examples. Again, we broadly talked about police and mental health and shit and fucked up. And there's always something fucked up.
Oh, is that what you're bringing up now?
No. I was going to fuck with you because...
Here we go.
I remember...
He's about to say something racist.
Election day. Oh, against you. I can't remember. I told you that my wife had voted for Trump, which my son told me, which is hilarious because he's like, Dad, did you know Mom voted for Trump? I said, boy, get out of here. Forget it. What's wrong with you?
She was like, yeah.
No, Mom voted for Trump. I was like, you lying? He's like, no, she voted for the orange man. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? And I was like, well, you know what, son? If you had said something wrong, I would definitely say, but he is definitely orange. He is, if anything, he's definitely made makeup for men a thing again.
I don't think it's makeup. I think it's spray tan.
Probably right.
I think it's a bad spray tan because goggles.
But that pisses me off. When rich people can't do shit right,
I know.
That pisses me off. Because it's always the eyes are fucked up and like the neck is left out of it. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like the hair, first of all, I was like, just throw the toupee. Because they were like, that's a wig. I'm like, if that's a wig, and if I am a $500,000 hair I don't even know how to say that right. I make $500,000 a year, right? I don't need to be a millionaire to get
Good hair.
certain things. Yeah, so to
Right.
get certain things wrong. So to be a supposed
You could be
billionaire,
$100,000 hair.
exactly. I say to be a billionaire and not been able to get it right forever.
That's why I think it's his own hair.
No, I say yeah. I think that's his hit, but it's like the leftover a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like he's putting all kinds of stuff in it to fluff it up and make it,
But it still looks bad.
I'm not saying it doesn't, bro.
No. I'm not saying you did, but I'm just like it's amazing because it's like you. But see, that's where the egotisticalness and the his like I look good. Like I know people are like, are you still signing my checks? Yeah, you look good.
I've never heard him say I look good, but
Come on, dude. He steps out like that, like it's good. Actions. Those actions are the way he steps out, chest puffed out, full of confidence. Like, bro, come on.
I think you know what I think. You got. It's just that mentality, man.
What?
His mentality is.
You gotta explain it to me. I mean, we know he's egotistical.
You know, think of it this way: like Bill Cosby comedy era when people were clean. You know what I mean? And that was the. You don't swear on stage. You don't do this. Imagine the first guy that came up and told a rape joke. You know what I mean? That's Trump. He's the first guy that told a rape joke in politicians. But people, in a way, people appreciate it because it was raw, but it was still funny. Like it was like, was that Nicholas Jesnick or whatever his name is?
Oh, Anthony Jeselnik.
Anthony Jesnick. Like you're just like, when I
He
first
says the
heard him, I'm like,
craziest
oh
shit.
my god!
Yeah.
And you're like, in the punchline, you're like, oh, this is gonna be fucked up. This is gonna be fucked up. And you hear, it and you're like, oh, that's terrible. But you never actually laugh out loud, but you smile.
Oh yeah.
You never. It's not like ha, but you're like. I
I remember he said his girlfriend asked him one time, why is he staying out to 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning? He was like, I'm surprised at your age you can count that high. Or some shit like that, like talking about she was a young. I was like, oh, you motherfucker. But back to where I was going.
Yeah, where was your whole point with this? Because you still
You
have
got
Steve
got-
upset at, or is that out? Cut?
I don't know what you wrote.
You wrote it, not me.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was me. You're right. So I was like, I took a slight offense, and
Oh, of course.
because you were like, when
we
I
go.
told you,
Black guy
when I
offended.
told you I had,
Shocker.
yeah, exactly, white guy pretending.
I ain't pretending.
But you were like, you voted for Biden, and you were like actually shocked, and I was like,
Huh,
yeah,
I was.
yeah, you were. I was like, see, I don't even think you remember like that, and you were like, I thought you weren't gonna vote. I was like, I never said any of this, Steve. I said I never said I wasn't voting, and I never said I was voting for Trump. And you were like, "What? You voted for?" Like you brought up, you like you voted for Biden. And I was like, "Yeah,"
I kind of remember that. Yeah,
but I was like, "But you were."
like we had just done a podcast on the 94 Crime Bill, and you're like,
Yeah.
fucking Biden.
But hey, Biden ain't do that shit by himself.
According to him, he did.
Oh, shit. Hey,
I wrote the whole thing.
well,
And then they're like, do you regret writing the 94 Crime Bill? He's like, nope. And then like 2 years later, he's running for president. He's like, I mean, I'd chase things.
hey, my same shit what Bill Clinton said. Bill Clinton said, I had to pass. I had a little bit of pressure. They were, I was trying to get everybody happy. Blah blah. I'm like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Like, you got so many.
That's the
people in prison.
Democrat way, man. They fold.
That's the politician way.
Well, it
It's the
you gotta
politician
know
way.
when to fold them, know when to hold them, know when to walk away. I don't know the rest of the
I thought it
song.
was know when to run.
I told you I didn't know the song.
Damn, I knew some of it. Now that you said it, I would have sing it. But I was like, but that one was it. I was like, what the fuck made Steve think I was gonna vote for Trump? And then you were like, no, I thought you were gonna vote. I was like, I never said that shit. Never said any of that.
Yeah, I just thought we weren't gonna vote.
Nah, baby. Gotta get the orange man.
Was that supposed to piss me off?
No,
Steve
I never
upset at.
I said it's just something I wanted to bring up. But now you don't even fucking really remember, so it don't
No,
even
I
matter.
remember.
I was like, but you were like, legit, like, what? I was like, why are you like that? What's wrong?
No, I knew you weren't gonna vote for Trump.
Yep, but you were genuinely shocked that I was like, I voted for Biden. I said just like that. I was like, yeah, I voted for Biden. You were like, what? What? I can't believe that.
Man, I don't know.
Exactly. You don't remember that emotion.
No, I remember.
Well, fuck you too, Steve.
We did it on a podcast, but I don't know why I thought that you wouldn't have. You know what I mean? Because I remember you telling me about it.
Oh, it
'Cause
also
we talked about it on the
also
podcast.
it also plays into a couple things that every now and then, and you'll probably say the same about me, but every now and then, one that got me was you, was the guy shot in Philly. One we talked to Justin about.
Yeah, the black guy.
Yeah, but initially you sent me a text like that because we did it on Friday. You sent it like Tuesday night or Wednesday. You were like, look at this. It's like, come on, you can't be. You were like, what you say? You gotta see this one or something along the lines of like, whatever. And I was like, you were like, and don't. Because I guess you and your wife had talked about it, and you were like, and don't because he's black say this, that, and the third. And I was like, Steve, I was like, well, it does look fucked up. You were like, oh, come on, man, blah, blah. I was like, but Steve, I've already talked about that. I said mental health. I was like, I don't care personally. I was like, you should never call the cops when it has to do with mental health, and they always do it wrong. I said, I've said this multiple times. You just don't remember.
And then you called me.
Yeah.
At like 1 in the morning.
No, it was before 1 in the morning. We went into 1 in the morning.
No. We went to like 4 in the morning.
Did we?
Oh yeah,
It was 1 in the morning?
I remember.
Oh.
Because you called me and I was already in bed. It was like fucking midnight.
No, because we were texting,
back and forth.
and I was like,
And you kept calling me, and I'm like, no. And I'm like, no. And then you just wouldn't answer, and he just called and called and called. I was like, fuck.
I didn't call him that many times. Don't believe
yeah,
me.
you did.
I
And
called
then
him like 2-3
I
times.
literally talked to you till like
No.
3:30.
The only reason why I did, because see if you would let it go to voicemail, but you were like boop, and I could tell that you hung up on me. So this son of a bitch.
No, it goes to voicemail.
No.
If you hit the red button, it goes to voicemail.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. But it rang and then it went to voicemail real quick. I was like,
Oh yeah. I was ignoring your call.
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That's because I was like, I'm in bed. What you want?
But you were still texting me.
Yeah, and then you were like, call me.
You son of a
And
bitch.
I got out of bed and went downstairs.
And then, but I was like, but that's why I was
What
like,
is the point of this story?
no, because I was like, you son of a bitch. I was like, it's not because I'm black, ho. I was like, it's because I told you mental health is not something that should be dealt with by the cops. Unfortunately, they have to do it. But I was like, it never do. I was more upset with the idea that you thought it was because the guy was black. And it was like, because I feel the same way about that white dude, by the way.
I don't.
I know you don't. That's the thing. I told you. I was like, but I didn't know the full story that he was fucking running into people and shit like that. I
So
did.
now it's okay?
No, I'm saying I didn't. I thought it was
Now
like
it's okay that he died?
I didn't see a car around him. I was like, what the fuck? I'm saying I didn't know.
Either
that
way, he clearly wasn't
supposed
mentally stable.
Oh yeah, I mean shit. He was literally enjoying getting shot. I mean, he was trying to. I don't know if he was trying to do suicide by cop, but he definitely was
Look,
pushing the issue.
it's gonna sound bad, but I don't give a fuck. Like if you're gonna rub on the cops, even if it's a goddamn stick, you just asking for it. And you know what? I think you should get it. I don't care what your goddamn skin color is.
I don't.
And that white boy, old
What white
boy, old dog in the video, like, hey, you know what? Light his ass up. And that's my point. Always comes back to, dude. I take all of it in like I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're white. I
Well,
don't
he's
care if you're
white.
purple.
I was like, that's
I don't
weird.
care if you're fucking yellow. I don't care if you're green. My
Well, it
point
can't be
is
about his skin color. He's white. Yeah.
right. But my point in always bringing this up to you is, I get pissed when I see black people and they won't even ask the question. It's just listen. I understand it though. Like I understand the history. I understand like.
That's the recent history. This is fucking present a lot of times. That's the problem. It's like a bad relationship.
It's still
present.
history. You know what I
No,
mean?
I'm saying
Like-
a present bad relationship. So it's like, yeah.
Well, it's a present bad relationship that's really stems a lot from, I would say, the late 80s that carried over into the 90s. You know what I mean? And then,
I say late 80s. No, not even late 80s. I'm talking about.
well, the crack epidemic, and then it never
that
really.
was all 80s.
Well, no, I created in the 90s a little bit.
No. I'm saying that's when it started,
Right.
and then it
That's
went
what I'm
into
saying.
the 90s.
Yeah, and I'm saying it never really healed from that, and
Well,
I
there
would
was
say-
never an outreach to try and heal
Right.
from it.
right, and then I would say 94 Crime Bill definitely didn't help it.
And the
You
war on drug, all that shit.
Right, but I'm just saying
same
it,
thing.
it all led up to that. So I understand the mistrust. I get it. And you still have the issue, though, even if you make the police force all black, as the Baltimore PD article that I sent you.
All black, but yeah.
It's majority black.
Majority, yeah.
It's majority black. It's a lot of black. Still didn't work. So actually, it was worse because I read the article. Black on black cops on black people, a lot more violent because they didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
whereas
'cause you
the white
throw
people were
racism
like,
at it.
"Hey, I don't want to go to jail or get like a discharge or like lose my job. Can you just get in the car for me? Because I gotta take you." And the black guy's like, "No, we're taking you. Pop, 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 beat you up." These are fists for you who listen, not gunshots. My fist sounds like gunshot.
Yeah, I was like, I was wondering.
But
I was
basically,
like, he was like,
the black cops would go beat the shit out of the other black guy and throw him in the back car and be like, "You going to ass jail." And they were like, "This is going worse than we thought." So again,
it's funny because I think
you know what I think, and I actually want to say this to you earlier. And reason I brought up Will Smith is I think it's tough for. Obviously, I can't relate because I don't live in that environment. I think honestly, you can't relate because you don't live in that environment.
You mean
I think-
currently, no.
Right. I don't think Will Smith, who just came out with that documentary, can honestly make that type of documentary. Or and I shouldn't
haven't
say that
watched
because
it.
I haven't watched it.
I
Right
don't
to
know.
that point. But let's be honest, we know what it's about. And he
I
made a
have a-
comment prior to that as to, well, we've been dealing with this for years. It's like, bro, you haven't lived in the hood. Fresh Prince of Bel Air came out in 1990.
Well, see,
Okay,
here's
you
here's
had
the
some
thing.
clout before that, so that means you haven't lived in poverty or a
Right.
bad place or Philly
I was like,
from
fuck-
where you say you're
fuck
from
Fresh Prince. He was a
since I
rapper.
was born.
He was
Right,
a
that's what I'm
platinum
saying.
rapper before,
That's what I'm saying.
by 19 or some shit.
That's what I'm saying. And that was again, Fresh Prince of Bel Air was 1990.
Oh, yeah,
I was born in 87. That means that dude hasn't been in the hood since I've been born. And now you're coming out and saying all these things about, well, we've been dealing with this for years.
But see,
But,
it's not
hold
just
on.
the hood though.
No.
That's the
No,
thing.
yes and no. Yes and no. Because tell me the last time Will Smith has been oppressed.
I don't know. Okay, I
You
don't
know the answer.
I'm
A
not saying.
long fucking time.
Yeah, I was like, it's probably
It's just
because
like
he's in charge.
it's just like when who was it? Chris Tucker got pulled over by the cops. He's like,
Chris
"I'm
Tucker?
going to church."
Wait, what are you talking
You remember Chris Tucker?
about? No.
He got pulled over blazing down the highway doing like $130, and he's like, "I'm going to church." And it was a white cop, and they're like, "Yeah, let him go," because it's Chris Tucker.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
He tells that bit in one of his it was
bullshit.
Yeah,
I
it was
didn't- I didn't
terrible
watch it.
comedy
That was,
sketch.
yeah, that,
yeah, it was
I got-
horrible. But
I
he
got
tells the
15
story.
minutes in.
Yeah,
I was like, if
he-
that story was deeper than 15
Ugh.
minutes, then I didn't watch it.
yeah, boy ain't good at comedy, but
It used to be.
I never seen
Back
his
when
own
he was
comedy,
hungry.
but he
You
was
gotta watch it.
hilarious in Friday.
You got to watch Def Jam and shit like that. But he wasn't. It's like
Yeah, he's
a
like
better,
Mike Epps.
He was a better comedic actor. Mike Epps is a way better comedic actor, in my opinion.
he's
than he
terrible
is
at
a
stand-up.
comedian.
No, Mike Epps sucks stand up.
You know what's funny?
I've seen a lot of Mike Epps stand up, and it's terrible. It's all terrible.
Because one, he talks, he like plays to the exact crowd right in front of him too much.
Well, he also plays up the character, like
Mm. I don't think
as
he's
if
playing.
as if you were like on a set, and they're like, "What you want to see? You want to see? Oh, good. You want to see? Okay, I was going down. What's that?" And you're like, "What?" Like he's acting out a skit. Like it's not even a joke.
Yeah, I was gonna say, trust me, me and my wife have watched them
Come on, you know I know about
about
comedy.
2 or 3 times, and I was like,
I've given it a shot many times.
I'll watch a movie in him because I bet he's gonna be funny, but it's comedy.
Oh yeah, in the movie, I agree with you because it's little stints, and he's
But
not.
yeah, it's not all on him or something. Yeah,
Yeah, it's not all on him.
Like,
Like,
even when it was
comedy, in my opinion, is a lot harder
Like, oh yeah.
than.
See, and I'll say off topic, like Kevin Hart. That's where he kind of lost his funny because now he's doing a shit ton of movies.
Yeah,
And it's
he's
like, because ever since, shit, I can't even remember. Like that last one he did, he said it was supposed to be so provocative and so raw. And I was like, now you have literally said worse shit fucking
oh, that was lame.
12, 13, 14 years ago.
Yeah, that was
Where you
lame.
said that one thing where you got in trouble where you like, hey, that's gay.
Yeah,
That whole comedy special was way funnier and way more raunchy than anything you fucking said in the last
that was his
4 or 5
last.
years.
That was his last good one, in my opinion.
I can't see. I forget the names, so I couldn't tell you.
Because the
years.
one after that was like about him and his big house and blah blah blah, and I was like, okay,
Yeah, whichever
No,
one
this
was
is real
Shaq,
funny.
Shaq and LeBron were at in the.
that was the official last good one. I don't know if that joke is from that.
No, it's not. It's from one. It's like
Prior.
Grown Little Man.
One
or something
prior.
Like that.
Yeah.
But it's like that one, the next one, and then I think the third one was okay. It was something about a bum bump. And I just thought it was hilarious. He was like, he called it a bum bump. Like he said, what if a bum flicked your lip? He said, did like this, like put his finger in his mouth and then flicked your lip. He said, you gonna get a bum bump. It's funny the way he did it. But that also was like 2014, maybe. Yeah, that's like 2014, 15, where he's starting to do a lot of movies, starting to become real big. And like now, it was like, what the, like, come on, Kevin. I saw his shit and I was like, huh. Like I literally laughed like that, like maybe 2 jokes. I was like, huh. And I was like, what
Yeah,
the fuck is going on?
I would say his last 2 were terrible.
We totally lost focus there.
Yeah,
Man, we did.
Where were we at before
You
that?
were starting to discuss, you was going to talk about something, and then you brought, like, I think you brought in Mike Epps, or no, you said Chris Tucker. You used Chris Tucker as an example. Oh, you were talking about Will Smith being oppressed.
And being oppressed. And
Yeah.
and the point I'm getting at too is like, you're gonna hate this, but like where white people prop up Denzel Washington or
Morgan Freeman.
and I do not fault black people for this. I totally fault woke white people for this. Is like putting I don't want to say a pedestal, but like Black History Month, dude. It's just American history. Like
It should definitely be. It's like
100%. It should definitely be. Like we got to get away from this. Like,
it used to be a week.
yes, I do. Black History Month was invented by a white guy.
Of course.
Yeah. So the point I'm getting at is like, I don't want a month. I just want what's the record.
Yeah, just incorporate this shit like you should, and we're all good. You ain't gotta have no more Black histories. We ain't gotta have no Mexican histories. None of that. If it's part of American history,
It's part
boom,
of American. Like,
it's history.
Yeah, Native American is the whole deal, and it's
That's that whitewashing you're talking about.
it is a whitewashing I'm talking about. It's liberal whitewashing, and my problem
I love
is
when you put it on them.
because it totally is. Because I'm not gonna lie, a lot conservatives just don't give a fuck. They just don't care. Like they're like, what do you want to say? What do you want to say? And they're like, okay, we'll write it. And you know what I mean? Like that's just
I think you give them way too much credit.
I
Politicians,
now
baby.
if you were to be like, I don't even want to go down that route. Where were I going with that?
I was or you?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's just got to get away from this. Like, we got to get back to like a. Actually, you know what? I saw this great thing today.
I don't think we got to get back to it. I think we got to get there because I don't think we've ever been
I agree.
where you're talking about.
So like I saw, and I might have sent it to you, and it was a TikTok, and it was
There's a lot I missed because I
yeah,
missed it.
I know.
Bullshit.
That's why I'm telling you about it. it was a black dude. He was like, those like, tell me your, and he was like, tell me your best racist joke right now, and like the way he propped it up was pretty funny, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go in the comments, right? Like, there's gonna be a Karen in here, and of course there were a few white Karens, and they're like, I can't believe racist.
Wait, you left a comment or you just read the comment?
No, I just read comments.
Oh, okay.
And it was like, it was, in my mind, beautiful, because it was white people telling white jokes, black people telling black jokes. Both people. It was just joke after joke after joke, and it was hilarious. Like, and they were all like laughing at it, and I'm like, that's what I want to see. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that we can sit down and laugh about something together. You know what I mean? That's why I love comedy, because that's, dude. You know, like, even when I went to Bruce and saw the white guy get roasted in the front row, everybody's laughing at him, but he was laughing too. You know, it's not like he was like, you know what, I was really offended. I want to go home now, and this is bullshit. You know, yeah, it's fine. You know, bullshit. You know, you know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of that. I just want to be like, hey, you know,
It was a funny
and
joke.
you know what was hilarious?
What was that?
And I went through the comments. Do you know why the sea is salty?
No.
Because when the Titanic crashed, all the crackers fell overboard. I was like, God damn, that's a good joke. I was like, that's a good
I'll
joke.
be honest with you, I was prepared. I was like, he gonna say something. I was like,
Yeah.
You know what's funny? In that same vein, it's a black guy. I think I sent him to you, and he's like playing Call of Duty, and he's like,
Oh, yeah, you sent me like multiple.
I was like, but
how long
it's
it takes for him to say the M word?
he's like, today I'm going for the record. He's like, this time I'm in the something lobby. He's like, I'm in the hardcore lobby. He's like, last time we beat this, TikTok took us down. So today we're gonna try again. He was like, I'm going with my standard Black Lives Matter flag or something like that. He was like, and he was like, and I'm gonna say, he was like, and he get up, he was like, I'm black. I'm like, nigger. He's like, yeah, let's go. I told you we could do it. And so, and it's funny because that one, I was like, that one is hilarious.
That's hilarious.
And he's making, I was like, it's like he's making a joke of it.
Yeah, like.
It's like, and he even did one where he was like, he's gay or something like that, and he was like, hold on. And it's funny because he goes, hold on. He's like, I'm gay. I'm like, fucking faggot. He's like, that's what I'm talking about. Fuck yeah. And it's like, and it's funny because he times it. You be like, I mean, it is 1.3 seconds. You know what I'm saying? It was like, all right.
But see, and that's why I sent you all those TikToks of the black guys on the Morgan Wallen thing, and he was like,
Who is Morgan Wallen?
he's
Oh,
the country
oh.
boy saying the N word, and they're like, well, you know, you did say it in the right context, you know. We'll give him a pass. We'll give him a pass. I like his songs.
I've never even heard of this guy. Is he a big star?
So when I actually like Googled him and like his new do, I was like, I don't recognize him. But then he, in his one actual album cover, I recognize him because he sings a song.
He's been around for a minute?
Huh?
He's been around for a minute?
Not too long, but he did a song called I think Up Down, and I've heard that song multiple times.
I was gonna say you can't. I think of T-Pain. He was like, "Let me see that booty go up, down." That's what I'm like. I don't think that's the same song.
It's not the same. Yeah.
But the funny thing about it, when I saw it, I was like, because I thought he was like in the middle of something with a bunch of people, and he said it. I was like, oh, he was drunk going home. I was like, I mean, and then
and
I was
his
like,
neighbor clocked him in out of the car, and
like,
I was like, I mean,
and I was like, damn. I was like, and it's funny because I was like, I mean, it's like
there's nobody black around.
Yeah, I was like, he wasn't even talking to a black person. I was like, yeah, it's like I'm going here. Hey man, y'all can have that one. I can't. What I'm gonna do? I was like, I'm not the right person to talk to this one. But I was like I said, perfect context, and he was talking about another white dude. He was like, I was like, and then because it was funny. It was like, now the funniest one was I saw I guess a white guy. He played YG, my nigga, and he was like, new Morgan Wallen song, my nigga, and he was like,
I seen that.
He started taking the headphones off. He's like, oh, he leaned in a little too hard.
That's too far.
And I was like, it's so funny because I was like, I think they said, because it was literally, the headline was, country star says racist slur gets canceled. And I was like, I don't think that's how this is going to work. I was like, what's going to happen is people who didn't know Morgan Wallen, like myself, never heard of him. I don't know anything about him. I looked him up, and I was like, there's no need to look up his music. I'm 100% sure it's country.
Oh, it's all country.
I was like, I'm not a huge fan of country, so there's no need. It's not like he's just saying it in his country songs. It was like, and some people, I guess, were listening to his actual song, and I was like, even listening, I was like, I mean. maybe that's not his hit. I don't know. I said,
Nah.
it ain't doing nothing for me. I was like, I've heard some country songs. I was like, what the fuck is that? Let me put that on my Spotify. I was like, but I was like, all right. I mean, you say you're gonna cancel him, but I was like, I can tell you right now. I was like, I don't know what type of guy he is, if he's left or
Well,
right, but
and
the
then-
right side is gonna pump him up 100%. He's gonna get probably way more sales.
Well, that's what. So one of them, one of the, I'll call him TikTok Kunta Kinte, the dude with the fucking pink hair.
Oh, you mean the pink beard? I don't know if he bald.
Oh, yeah, he is bald.
Yeah.
You're right.
You sent me a couple things from him.
Well, so I started following because he was doing like a Black History Month thing and actually putting out like history
Actual
stuff.
Mhm.
And I was like, and I seen him on there
I
before.
followed him too, cause of you.
Yeah, I seen him on there before because he was putting out like. I actually didn't follow him before, but he would pop in my feed, and it was
'Cause you
always like
liked him. Yeah.
it was always like racist towards white people shit, like over the top, like you stretching that thing a mile, like how far does a fruit roll up go? It's like, well, not that fucking far, you know what I mean? And but I think he also does the doesn't he also do the some of the voiceovers for the like animal stuff? Like, oh, I'm gonna do that. You
don't think
trying to
so.
see?
But I don't.
But
I don't know him
isn't
like that.
he a real comedian though too? Because the
I've
guy
never
with
seen him.
the castle hat, like the crown, and he's always doing like, what we do, like the sheep or like the cats in the. Like,
No, it's a guy.
give me that coat. Give me that coat.
It's a guy.
I thought it
named
was the
Tony
same
Baker.
guy. Okay.
He's bald. He's lighter than him.
Okay, they look the same. The logo and
Oh, I was gonna say.
that dude had his logo for a while, so I was like, that's that same guy. Like,
Wait,
no
what,
way.
What you saying? They looked the same. I was about to say, Steve, no. And then you made the logo. I was like, okay.
Yeah, the
okay.
logo. Like,
I was like, damn it, Steve, I'm gonna get black people mixed up like that.
no, and then he did. It's all funny meme today about that. Anyway, and then who's the other guy? Consciously, and then he just went like it was a Morgan Wallen thing, and like he was like looking there pissed, and then he goes like this, and then like the thing pops up,
Yeah.
and it says like how his record sales went up, like or like his sales went up like
Probably
a-
tenfold or something.
yeah, like a good chunk, and he's like, and it says like people don't get it or like don't something basically like a boycott thing, and
Listen,
it was a stunt to help his sales, and blah 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 blah. And
No,
I'm
it
like,
definitely wasn't a stunt because he was definitely drunk going into his house. I was also disappointed in his house. Be honest with you.
I didn't even see the video.
Oh, I saw the video and I was like, and because it showed it at night, like he was walking
Yeah.
in, and I guess he's been pissing his neighbors off by being loud and drunk and shit. Because he looks kind of young. I don't know if he's young. or
He's
not.
young.
Yeah, I was like, and then I saw his house and I was like,
He's probably like 23.
damn, really?
I would guess. Yeah,
Shit. So he's been doing this since he was a teenager?
dude, I don't know.
Oh,
I'm just telling you what he looks like.
I assume he's like 25 or something like that. Either way.
2 years off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying, I was like, yeah.
Either
you're
way, he's young
close.
and dumb.
Yeah. I was like, but he went to his house, and then I saw his house because he just lives like off of like a regular street. It's not like a big fancy. It's literally
Mansion,
just
right.
like you would think. I was
You
like,
live in a ranch.
nice house. Something. It's like he lives in a 2-story. He's got a regular thing. Because I'm like, how's his neighbor get it? I was like, oh, it's not a gated community. It's not like he's got this big house. It's literally a regular ass house that you would see anywhere in a regular ass neighborhood. And I was like, I'm a little disappointed, buddy. Like, to be honest with you, like I was like, your sales not that great because
Thought you got that big dick swinging.
yeah, I was like, this house is. I was like, this looks like a house anybody can get. Like, I was like, why do you live here? I was like, tell me it's one of your houses. At least tell me it's one of your
yeah,
houses.
yeah. I got like 25 of these.
Yeah, I was like, or something like, oh no, this is my when I come and record in this place house, and then I got a penthouse or something. I was like, but this shit ain't fancy. I mean, I get it. Maybe you're trying to stay down, but you can't be a rock star or a country star or whatever, making noise and shit, and think the neighbors ain't gonna record you. Like, come on,
yeah,
dog.
and be running around dropping the N-bomb.
But we gotta get going because I gotta get going.
Yeah, you do. Either way, the point was like I saw the joke and I saw like the camaraderie between two people, and I was like, not even two people, it was a boatload of people in the comments,
yeah.
but I was like, this is really cool. You know what I mean? Like if we could actually bridge that gap to get, and again, just to clarify, I'm not saying I want to say the M word. My point was just to get to the point of like,
You beat me to the fucking punch.
Yeah,
I was just
I
about
knew.
to fuck with you about it.
my point is just like going back and joke with the jokes. I'm like, look, you can tell me any white joke, it's not gonna offend me.
I've always thought,
And I know I could tell you black jokes, and it probably wouldn't offend you, but it would probably offend a lot of other people. Point being is like, if we could get to that point where it's just like, you got me there. That's a good one. That's a good one.
oh shit, that's the one I wanted to talk about. God damn, we'll have to talk about it later. I'm gonna write it down, but it had to do with essentially that vein where it was like, I heard somebody say, they were talking about how like people get offended about certain things or whatever, and I was like, well, yeah, because there's nothing behind it, like meaning like the N word and stuff like that, right? I was like, there's no real history. I was like, because somebody was like, yo, what are you gonna call me, a cracker or something? And I was like, well, yeah, that's not even a good thing because fucking the cracker was the overseer, like he used to fuck people up with a whip, and the cracker of silence where he got the cracker name from.
Well, overseers were still typically usually white.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, but cracker, it wasn't like,
Right.
oh, you saw. It was like,
It wasn't a saltine.
they
It
got
was
flipped. It
crack
was
of the whip.
literally like the crack of the fucking whip.
Right.
It was like, and I was like, yeah. I was like, besides races, and then also I was like, white people. I was like, especially white dudes. I see a lot of white dudes talk about this. I don't really see white women. They were like, oh, like I'm so scared of getting canceled, and I was like, man, that is awesome. I was like, that's it. I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, that doesn't seem that bad. It's like, just not say the N word, and you're pretty good.
Oh no, there's a lot more.
What, to get canceled?
Well, just look at Gina Carano.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I think it's 'cause she was a chick.
She just said that or Democrats are a lot like Nazis, and they're like canceled.
Which was surprising. I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's not surprising.
I'm gonna well, put it this way, it was surprising to me because I thought she was. I didn't think she was white.
Yeah, I would say she's probably like
Italian
a
or
mixed
something?
Latino thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like,
But
but
the point
because
is,
she was conservative.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's the whole point because she was saying like other conservative stuff, and like apparently it was reported that they were like trying to find something, and that was the thing.
well,
that
maybe
they
she
were
might.
like,
Maybe she pissed somebody off.
it could have been a
I'm saying
It
it
could've
pissed
been
somebody off
anything.
at the place, and they were like, "Well, we're
Right.
gonna use this against her."
Yeah.
Like, they're like, "Oh, this is perfect time. The woke culture. Let's get it canceled."
yeah, and that's the whole point is like I think I even say you're thinking about the guy who does stay woke, like the he's a black dude and he talks about the guns and
You talking about Colin Noir?
no
Noir.
this guy's not famous. Not that he really is, but way more than that guy, I should say. But the point was, it was like how this new, basically they're trying to leverage COVID to make guns illegal with this. I can't remember what it's
What?
called. Yeah, not guns, but ARs. Trying to get rid of assault
What?
rifles, and then
What that got to do with COVID? Motherfuckers shooting COVID?
there's a lot of shit that doesn't have to do with COVID that's getting passed, bro. It's called omnibusing. Look into it, bro.
Oh no, I saw something about it, but I was like, I saw the because Colin Noir, whatever his name is. I was like, I'm getting no, it's Noir.
Colin Noir.
Colin Noir. Yeah, he doesn't go Colin. Yeah. He was like, Biden is trying to ban AR-15s. He's been saying that for a long time. I was like,
Oh,
he-
yeah, since
he was like,
Well, he got
"Somebody
it
trying to
done
ban
in the
15."
'90s, and then he's
Yeah.
like, "I got it done once, I'll get it done again."
Oh,
And
because
then,
he was like, I've seen multiple YouTube things where he's like, because he's on my Facebook, so it pops up when his videos come up. And but like a lot lately, I was like, oh, he's kind of leaning. That's why I say he's leaning like heavy on the conservative side now. When he used to talk more
Colin?
moderate, yeah, he's leaning more conservative. He always talked about guns. That's his main thing is guns. Like no matter what they gonna talk about budget. He gonna talk about guns.
yeah, I mean that's his whole point of his show.
Yeah. I was like, but he's definitely starting to he's I can see he's embraced, but he's definitely kind of I guess he can't say he embraced like because people were like you're conservative. He's like no. He's like I mean I voted for Trump, but he's like I'm not really. Now he's like yeah I'm conservative, and he's going more into conservative topics.
I think that's because, like, if you're at some point in time, like even like you and I, like when you spend a certain amount of time just exposing the other side in a sense, or like
That was a fat boy thing I just did, guys. I'm taking these home with me. Not these, but the ones in my bag.
it's just ah Jesus.
Definitely keep that in.
If like guns is your thing and the guy who is like you're trying to play neutral, like independent, like we both try to do, you know what I mean? And I really do think we are both pretty moderate, but the point I'm getting at is if they're going against whatever your thing is and his thing is guns, like as we always say, and even Sean and when he was on the podcast, like you typically vote for somebody for two reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like this and this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most people, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like for him, it's guns. So where's he gonna go? Conservative. Why?
No. I'm
and
saying he's starting to.
He's also.
lean
I know.
more into it,
I understand what you're saying because he's also probably trying to get some clout.
But he already got it though. That's all surprising. You know what? He lost
He can
some.
get more.
He lost some with George Floyd, and then I want to say, because I think it's been around unofficially since Trayvon Martin got killed, or he at least talked about it. He talked about Trayvon Martin and a couple of other black guys.
I think he said his show's been around for like 8 years. When he was
He's been around for a minute. That's what I'm saying. But he got more popular once he started with the NRA, and then he branched off that, and now he's on his own. But I'm saying I
think he actually said he's not sponsored by the NRA.
no, not no more. He
Yeah.
used to be.
Yeah.
Well,
He lost it.
He was never sponsored. He said he had a partnership
Yeah.
with him,
And
and
then
he
he
was
lost
doing
it.
a show on
Right.
that thing. Yeah. I don't know if he lost it. He always says
Well, it was on their
he
platform,
left. Yeah.
right? And it was just kind of like it became controversial.
He said he got upset because they didn't say something about. They didn't have a response to. I forgot what it was.
Yeah,
it
I
was
know.
something he was.
That was on the Joe Rogan thing. We talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was upset about that. And he
I know we
was like,
both listened
yeah.
to it. That was a while ago, but
That was some years ago.
well,
That's when
not
Joe
years
Rogan
ago.
was good.
He sucks on Spotify, bro.
And he's got some good guests coming on there. And I'm like, first of all, I don't like not being able to see it anymore. It's like that really bothers me.
What?
You can't like
You can watch the whole blown thing on.
a full episode. I can't find it on YouTube anymore.
Oh no, you got to watch it on Spotify.
I can't watch it. I can only listen.
Oh no, it comes right up on my iPhone. See what I did there? On Spotify, I busted up, and I actually can't get the not thing to go away because I'm like, you wasting all my data.
Oh really? Why do you not have unlimited?
It's work phone.
Oh, okay. I was like, hold on, because I looked him up. God damn, that scared me. I thought that bear rug moved.
She scared me a couple times.
I was like, what the fuck? Hold on. This is because Joe Rogan Experience, obviously, right? I might want to spell Rogan. So, I don't get full episodes anymore. Like, this is what I get.
See, they keep changing the platform because I don't think they're getting as much followership as they did when he was on Apple.
See, all I get is
I
can
just
play.
listened to that one, and if I would hit play, it actually started playing.
Because I wanted to check him out, but he's kind of boring, even though he has a fucked up story, a pretty decent story. I like him. This is the one I really wanted to do. This guy is hilarious. Alik Sadiq.
Oh, yeah.
He's from Houston.
I just looked him up today
I saw
because
clips.
he tells a lot of racist jokes.
Well, no, he went to prison and has a lot of jokes about prison. But I'm saying I couldn't find
Let me see.
the actual thing, and plus, like I can see his face.
That's not the same guy I was thinking about.
I don't know, yeah, but he's
Doesn't
pretty
this guy
funny.
have TikTok though?
Not that I know. I haven't seen him on there.
I'm pretty sure he's a TikTok and shits on Democrats.
I
I sent you one of his videos.
He shits on a lot of people, but you gotta listen to the story he has. It's on a Comedy Central show called "This Is Not Happening." Ari Shaffir used to do it, and he tells a story about the guard named Mitchell that he was going to kill while he was in prison. Oh yeah, he went to prison for like 19 years for trafficking. It was like he said he went
Drugs or kids?
To,
Well, you gotta ask these days. Just because he's black doesn't mean he's exceptional.
Well, he's about 50, so this was drugs.
Okay,
he
fair
did
enough.
the drug thing.
You got the crack thing.
Yeah. It was like, but he was there. He was making some money, and then he said they caught him. He was like, he knew he was tired. He was like, "You got me." Like one of them, like, "You got me." Like it took you a while, but you got me. It's like, but he talks about how prison. He said his first time. It's one called Mexican Got Boots. Mexican Got on Boots, and he was like when he first went there, they were like, "Hey," his first day, "Hey, Mexican got on boots," and then they just walked away. And he was like, "What the fuck does Mexican got on boots?" He said he went to talk to like an old head, like one of the guys been there. He was like, I mean, it's gonna be a riot. And they were like, "What? How the fuck you got there from Mexican got on boots?" He was like, "Mexicans don't wear boots." He's like, "They play handball and they wear tennis shoes. He said if they got on boots, it's so they can kick and stomp people." And he was like, "What?" He said this was his first, like, I guess, first few days in prison that it was a riot. You gotta listen to the story, but he's also got a story about a guy named Mitchell, a guard that he was going to kill, and then he didn't talk about this for the longest. He said the first time he talked about it was when I'm telling you. Look it up on YouTube. Look up Ali Sadiq. Now he's Muslim, but Ali Sadiq Mitchell, and I guarantee it'll come right up. And it's like a 10-minute long story, and it's pretty good, and it's crazy.
Sounds great.
All right, we gotta get the fuck up out of here.
Yep.
We're gonna talk about this better.
We'll see.